guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and subscribe. And if you're an avid member of the channel, keep on sharing the contents far and wide. We really and truly appreciate it. So welcome to the content crack, where in which we're going to chop up just the JFF and some of the missteps over the last 3 years. Because yesterday we had brought up a topic, who is to be blamed for something that the JFF said, because they said that they have replaced Boyce Clarke in the listing, and because they never gave a straight out answer, we were waiting because we set up that properly and we knew exactly where he was going to go, which one, where they were going to go, where they were going to go. So any one of them turn up, we know exactly where they're going to go. So we are waiting on the answer, and we got the answers yesterday, and it was tied up, twist up, and not really clear. So the Boyce Clarke from overseas information will be coming in a little bit later. That is still pending, but Mr. Simpson did touch some topics that he wanted people to expand on. So we are here to give you those information. So thanks very much for coming here. All right, so we have a listing of things that includes Simpson's response directly. So we wanted to touch those first. All right, so let me move on right away, right now. All right, right away. Let me move on right away for you guys. All right, so in 2021 June 1st, between June 1st, because that was the tour of Austria and Japan. Japan main team dropped out, and then we played the youth 23s. All right, a mixture of players from the big team and also youth as well, when you have Kubo and those guys. So anyways, that's not the story there. Going there, it was at a period of the coronavirus, right? And in order to enter the country, you have some criteria that you have to follow. Per players, obviously Jamaica has players coming from worldwide. So some players arrived okay, and Kasey Palmer, Magee, and those guys were stuck in the airport. And one of the reasons why they were stuck in the airport was due to the fact that they never fulfilled all of the rules, because they never even knew the rules. And the excuse coming from the JFF said the rules were changed, but the rules were not changed, because I was always in the exposure of these things, went back and showcased that the rules was not changed for the last 3 months. So the exact rules that were there, they never followed it, and hence why they never got on the plane and caused all sorts of problems. And in that same statement, which is June the 1st, 2021, they owed players plane fare. It was a speculation at first, but Mr. Simpson himself, in another article, cleared up 6 months later that they have paid all the guys their plane fare fee from that disastrous tournament. So that was the tournament. Let me make sure to show you it right here, in 2021, when we were just trying to assemble the troop after the massive problems that we had with the fallout of the boys, the reggae boys, like the Andre Blake, the Damian Lewis, and everything. So they had to come together and put everything together and rejuvenate the squad with more overseas based players, because those guys weren't going to play. All right, so you saw it here. We played Serbia on the 7th, but the problem starts on the 1st. It started on the 1st. We had to cancel the Japan Jamaica game. All right, so that's where the problem lies. So this is one of his blunder, because he claimed that he wanted dates, so we have to produce everything that he claimed that he wanted. All right, so from June, it was June 1st to the 11th of June, that problem continues. All right, and it was not even sorted out until 6 months later, and I strongly believe that was the reason why Kasey Palmer never really played back for Jamaica again, because he was one of the guys that actually spoke out on the matter. So that is one that he cannot deny, because him himself himself came out and told us that yes, they blundered on it. First, he was trying to deny it to say that they changed the rule, but once we proved it, once I proved it, because I was the one brought up the information here, they had to come out and say that yes, they were at fault for it. So that's one thing for him to be blamed on. So let me move on to the Michail Antonio situation. A next thing that I was the one that went around and actually tried to solve, because at one point in the entire Jamaica, we are gonna get into it, because we have to figure out why this is happening. All right, but let me go through it. So October 7th, 2020, 2021. October 7th, 2021. They stated that, let me go back there just to show you. October 7th. Let me make sure to go back and show you. October 7th, 2021. As you can see here, October 7th, 2021. Michail Antonio turned down Jamaica, falsely accused by the JFF. All right. So what happened there? That was and they have a good way of putting out things out there, and don't answer to it. Don't answer to it none at all. So October 7, 2021, they put out Michail Antonio turned down Jamaica. And then I was the one that called West Ham. And then West Ham, I never got the answer from West Ham, so I had to go to the beat writer, and the beat writer directed every single thing that I put to them, because I put the information directly to the beat writer. The beat writer passed it on to West Ham, and West Ham's rebuttal was Michail Antonio was not called by the JFF, none at all. All right, they were the one that turned down him from coming, because Michail Antonio at that time packed his bag and be ready, and they had to come on TV themselves. The president had to come on and say that it was a misstep, because someone inside the JFF told Michail Antonio not to come, not to bother come to Jamaica. And remember, 3-4 days they had the news running to say that the guy turned down Jamaica, and they themselves had to come out. Simpson was hiding from the camera. That's on Simon Preston's channel. You can go there. So to check the timing, go back there. He was hiding from the camera, and the president never wanted to touch the camera at no point. So October 7, 2021, right there. All right, so look out for that. And then the second one now for Michail Antonio, when they never called him again, because he refused to come here without a physio. All right, because he had his separate physio. They had a big alabalu over it, like, why is it he wants his own physio? Well, this is a normal thing. I have 4 more instances that the same thing happens worldwide. People brings their physio because if they have an injury that's kind of flaring up and they don't have control over the injury, that's how they get it done. All right, yes. So they themselves never called him again, and then West Ham had to come out after and said that, listen to me, the guy never turned down anything, you guys never sent him anything, and he requested a physio. That's in the Jamaican Gleaner. You can go there and check it. And they had to come out again and say it's a miscommunication again. So every single time they had to come out and say it was a miscommunication. So that's between October 7, 2021. All right, yeah. So make sure you lock those in. All right, now this is different now, because so much instances and he wanted dates. All right, so this is a switch over to Parlal's time. Parlal came out and said that the players never wanted to come. All right, so included Bobby Reid, DJ, Amari'i Bell, Ethan Pinnock. Because for the longest time, people thought that Ethan Pinnock turned down Jamaica, which was not a true statement again. All right, so between June 5th to 10, 2022, Tucson are between both Suriname games, Amari'i Bell, DJ, and Bobby Reid came out on different platforms. Amari'i Bell came out on Simon Preston's channel. You can go between the June 5th to June 10th, 2022. And here Amari'i Bell told you that Jamaica never called him none of the other times, hence why he never came. All right, none of the other times he never got a call up, none at all. That's why, hence why he never came. All right, yes. So Amari'i Bell said that live on live TV. So that is not something that he can question. He never got called, and a day before, Paula said it's them not taking the call. All right, we're gonna get to the discussion part, but I have to show you. Bobby Reid came out and on Instagram after them saying that the guys them turn it down and said no, that's not a true statement. They weren't called. DJ said the same thing. Ethan Pinnock said the same thing. So none of these guys weren't called at any time when they said they were actually called. You can check that detail in between June 5th to June 10th, 2022, between the Nations League games between Suriname and Suriname, two times. All right, so we are going to get into that because we have all the papers here. And then now, the same instance in the same bracket of June 5th to June 10th, we had the Suriname debacle, where in which people never paid playing fair for personnels, hence why they couldn't come here on time, and they were pretty much fed up of it. And really and truly, it's a part of his department as well, and one person got dig down for it and lost their job on it, which it was a part of his work as well. It's a part of his work, and he was not penalized for anything. You get me? So before these new additional conversation, we are just leading down the pipeline of how much problems this man is connected to direct, and he cannot deny it because we have all the necessary papers. So let me put it here. Sportsmax, I didn't understand it. West Ham star Antonio was snubbed, was left confused by the JFF snubbed in 2012, but they connected to the entire saga of what is actually presently going on. So this is not coming from me, this is coming from West Ham. West Ham striker Michail Antonio was eager to represent Jamaica's national team almost a decade ago, but was overlooked for players in England football lower leagues. Earlier this year, the England-born player was approached by the Jamaica Football Federation (JFF) regarding the prospect of representing the Caribbean nation, and agreed to switch nationality. Antonio qualifies to represent Jamaica, as both his parents were born on the island. The striker, now 31, has confirmed, however, that it was not the country's first attempt to recruit him, and that he had in fact been contacted by the JFF while playing for Sheffield Wednesday in 2012. All right, when I was 22, the manager of the Reggae Boyz, I can't remember the name of him, came to Sheffield Wednesday to speak to players, saying, "Would you want to play for Jamaica?" Said yes. "I will come and play 100%, Antonio during an interview with Sport Bible. He said, "Okay, I'll give you a call, give you some information, blah, blah, blah." He came and watched me played against Leeds last that weekend. I am very honest person. I am a very honest person. I had a stinker, and I'm not going to lie, but I was an established championship player. I played in the championship from 19 through to 25. The next international break, they were calling up players from League One and League Two. Wingers over me, which I didn't understand," he added. All right, yes, so that was an exercise to show you that it's from a while now he was trying to play for Jamaica. So that story of him turning on Jamaica was not justified. Let me move over here to the Japan story now to give you. All right, travel disruption leaves Reggae Boyz Japan fixture in limbo. All right, Tokyo, Japan. With the governing Jamaica Football Federation (JFF) struggling to streamline logistics to get players here for a friendly series. There there is a possibility that there could be a change to the original schedule, which it ended up to because we had to cancel a game. President Micheal Ricketts and his administration are under pressure to bring the pieces together as they seek to uphold their obligation to ensure that a squad, however thin, is in place to engage opponents over the next 10 days or so. There could also be some changes to the schedule of these 3 games, but we await further discussion. With Japan Football Association and our agent, Mr. Winston Clarke, said the JFF boss. Theodore Tapper Whitmore, 30-man squad, suffered a blow late in the game when 9 senior players pulled out, citing various reasons from injuries to visa issues. All right. There have also been questions raised about the organization and logistics savvy involved in process. A task surely made more difficult in a pandemic influence situation. So with only 10 players arriving in Tokyo on Monday, and with uncertainty surrounding the arrival of others in time for Thursday's first match against the host in Sapporo on Thursday, there might be an adjustment of that fixture. With 9 or 10 of our key players not here, it is going to be a challenge. So my suggestion would be that we either drop 1 game or try to push back the schedule by a day or 2. But I still think we have the time where we could play 1 game every 3 days. And from a layman's perspective, that maybe could work. But of course, that will depend on the technical staff of all the units involved, said Ricketts. All right, obviously. As things appear dim at this stage, he clings to hope that things will work out and work out well. We are currently in discussion with the organizers and Japan Football Association, and they do understand the challenges we have, because we never thought that we would have players turned back at the airport, Ricketts noted. All right, so they never expected players to be turned back at the airport, Ricketts noted. In addition to losing some 9 senior and other influential players even before the contingent departed Jamaica for Japan, 6 other English-based professionals were prevented from boarding their connection in Amsterdam en route to Tokyo after they were found to be without Japan's specific method of polymerase chain reaction (PCR). All right, coronavirus test results required for entry in Japan, and this is what I was telling you about, because they stated that Japan changed the rule, and I promise you, when you go back and check that rule, it was not changed for the entire 2.5 month period. 2.5 months period. All right, and that's where we call them out, that they are not on point with nothing. All right, so that's why we're out here saying that I think Mr. Roy Simpson should not try to be this arrogant when really and truly all information is there for him to chop up things and at least acknowledge that you are not the perfect human being. You understand me? At least you could just acknowledge that at the start, and that's the only way you're going to actually improve. But the fact that you came out and trying to say that you guys never had these problems that people actually saying that you have. Obviously, we have not confirmed the Coniah Boyz Clarke one as yet. As you can see, I am working on it, and I will get the answer very, very soon. All right? Yes. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section after rewatching this part of the video. I will try my best to go through the comments so we can see what you guys had to say on those breakdowns. All right. Yes. So let me try my best. All right. Siobhan Peart said, "Bless up, JD. The same cycle continues with the JFF. This is honestly annoying with them, and I can understand why they failed to attract support from the wider Jamaican community. Jason Guna, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Football Central, big up yourself. Martin, massive respect. This man, I blame the players, the player, and the club. We are going to get that. We are going to get that. That's how we say we are not going to tackle that. We're going to go to the rest first. And guys, remember, morning crack, 200 likes. That is the standard. And worst off, we are actually doing the work and setting the scene for everyday talking points. So definitely do that for us. All right. Yes. Bless up. Best as the documentary. Thanks for being here. Triple E. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Says early class today. Yes, man. This is the just the morning crack. Later, if we have something on the books, we will come back with it. But we're gonna still work on the other ones, which is the youth that played for England, Zach Lovelace, that should have been playing for Jamaica. We're gonna put that into context with the Connor Boys Clarke additional news and put it out. All right. No car stream. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, so I'm in house early. King Amir, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yes. Dockland Senate, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Williamson, big up yourself as well. And then we have JD Romano. Every day this man changed my name. I am just doing the job. JD, I love you always bring the facts to the people. Yes, but what the facts are as well, Martin, I was the one that fixed these situation, like bring out the information to shut down what they were doing at the time. So with the Michail Antonio, I was the one that brought out that. With the coronavirus time, I was the one that brought out that, like, go in between and try to dig up all of the ruckus them. So now you realize how long I'm here doing these things. Best as documentary, thanks for being right, getting money for local players, not overseas players. Alright, yeah man, people like up the video. I love the fact that people telling people, Hush Puppy, big up yourself. Jermaine Miller, massive respect. Demo Aria, slam him face. Fire, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Tennessee, massive respect. Thanks for being here. So those talking points, people can use them. It's free. I have no problem. Yes. So it will make it easier for we to call him out. You understand me? Because the facts are there. Alright. These guys are sick and crazy. Yeah, but it's just arrogance. I don't know if it's because he believes that not everybody can challenge him. Yes, and that's not the case, because I think anyone can challenge him. It just may be required certain time, because if it turn up on somebody, they can't just dig it up. Obviously, if he turned up on me, I could have brought up some of them, but not all of them. It requires me to go back to get the right dates. So I don't think it was a bad thing that Ryan couldn't find the exact dates, because if someone call you up and you never prepare for it, you wouldn't prepare for it. You soon see JFF defender them show up. No problem, no problem. I'm so tired of this as a fan. All right. Big up JD. Education is key to everything in life. Omar Fowling, big up yourself. I wonder if Jamaica are the only country stuff like this happen. I think yes. I think this yes. When it go to this extent and people coming out, remember I have done video on Suriname. Also was influential on how Suriname revamped their system as well. But obviously the differences were people wanted to listen and people wanted a change. So I was the one that had the medium of the Concacaf, and then everyone that's powerful in Suriname link up with me and we make something happen, and people go out and rebelled and got some things changed. Yes, so and then for Ghana had similar problems. Nigeria has similar problems, but not as Nigeria one is a bigger country, so it might seem bigger, but Jamaica one is a slightly more different, ridiculously corrupted, and nobody can't even talk on it. All right, time for Rice Simpson to pack or do the right thing. Yes. Good job, JD. Historical trends help to identify a pattern by a certain individual. Yes, yes, yes. Kevin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Burn them, JD, with the facts. That's why them not like you. Yes, but remember, we are always a part of this. All right. Big up yourself, jobless. Thanks for being here. DNA, big up yourself. Massive, massive respect. All right. Remember, they left Tyreek Magee in the airport. Yes, we mentioned that. We mentioned that, and we give you the date. But Kasey Palmer was also in that conversation, and he was one that they had to pay him back his money, you know, and from that he never got called up again for Jamaica. Obviously that could mean that people could say, oh, but he was not informed. Yeah, he had spells as well, because we had always checked him out every single time. Big up yourself, DNA, massive, massive respect. All right. Just like Andre Gray, he wanted to play for us from age 25. Yeah, that is true. JD, they said Roy Simpson is the glue that hold the JFF together. Okay, well, maybe they need to let go of that glue, you know? Yes. JD saves the day again? No, I haven't saved the day. We're still going for the next two extra information. That's why I said give me my likes, support the thing what I'm doing, and I will have more motivation to go and do it. Kai, big up yourself. Osh Poppy, massive respect. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man, dinosaur them, man. All right, massive respect. Yeah. Jason, hear me. Kai, big up yourself. Pagan in the building. Alj said, save the data to help out Ryan. No, man, that's why we make it in a video format, so he can just listen, go back, find the data, get everything, and others on his team, like Prince and those guys, will get the information because maybe Ryan is busy at work. Yes, Marcelo, big up yourself. Joseph Brown, bless up the analytical boss, massive respect. The world structure, third world approach, third world mentality. When it's going to get better at the highest level, timing is the important thing. All right. All right. Bless up yourself, Travis. How you doing, man? Hope all is well with you and your family. Keep it fair. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. JD, would be bad if over 200 people send an email requesting investigation in JFF. Yes, but every single time we talked about it, every single time we talked about it, people complains, guys. You get me? The problem is, you know, what I don't like about YouTube, and I think this is where I kicked off with a lot of people in the YouTube space. When people talks, I am Jamaican, so I could talk as well. But what I've learned over the time by getting more experience, it's a waste of time to just talk and not do anything. You understand me? But remember, in Jamaica's culture, that's called informing. So majority of the people I'm in YouTube, they want to talk, but they don't want to do the action, like the physical action. So I was one of them that said, listen to me, man. Let me write to FIFA. Let me do this. You see, when the time comes for me to get the people them to do the thing, nobody wanted to do it, Alj. So that is the problem. I don't want to just be a medium to talk on. I want to be a medium to make the change. And that's what I've been doing by myself. To go and do the investigation, to come and challenge these people over and over. And I wanted to write to FIFA as well. You get me? And I wanted people to sign a petition, but a lot of people said, oh, Jamaica gonna get a black ball and we're gonna let a lot of people suffer. Oh no, we are making a lot of people suffer now. You understand me? So it best the 15% that will be suffering for 2 years, just continue suffering, because that simply means you have 85% of people that won't be suffering if we fix the problem. So you're going to just make sure you selfishly have that 15% getting through and then 85% of people suffering. You get me? So people don't look at those things properly, Alj. And that is what I was always standing for. You get me? But I think 2 years on or 2.5 years on, I figured out exactly why most people never came on with me. You understand me? I figured exactly out. Zach Lovely's situation is a scandal. That's a loss. We are going to call a leader and we can chop up that right after. But let me get through the comment section. Yes, big ups Wayne Swire. Thanks for being here. Dr. Dan, how you doing, man? Jordan Williams said, we don't deserve this talent pool, making it so difficult for actually professionals to play for the country. Yes, but that's what I'm showing you. It makes it extremely difficult. Travis, we are working on it. Don't worry yourself. JD, I talked about this guy a while ago. That he was a snake, but I was told that the players like him. All right. Then we have Earl Banjo, Suriname in the building. Massive respect. Thanks for being here, Alisut. JD, need a WhatsApp group of serious people who will spam Twitter. And yes man, I think that's what I should have aimed for. But what I tried to do was to figure, because I never knew anybody when I just came in demo. Obviously I knew you, I knew Ryan, I might know heard of Simon. You get me? I never knew anybody else. So I only had to call out and other YouTubers and other people inside my chat to help me out with this situation. But people flip flop and gone other direction. You know what I mean? Nobody never want to go there. Say me I look problems. But I'm saying, why am I talking about it if I'm not gonna do something about it? That can't be me looking problem. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it, give you the solution to something, and I am the problem. You guys complain about yesterday. What is the problem? You know what I did? I literally go text the people them a formal letter, text them in their Instagram, text them in their Twitter, text them on my Twitter as well, and go under one of their videos and ask them a question again. So I went 5 places to get the answer for the player. That is not informing. That is trying to be informative. You know, to inform them if they are in the right and proclaimed to be wrong. I am just trying to bring something, the light to the people, so I can get the answer back for the people here. So that is not being an informer. You know what? Furthermore, a informer is someone trying to help you out, to relieve you from the lack of knowledge. All right? Yes. So informers are not even a bad thing, and in our culture, we leave it too long. All right? We leave it too long. You get me? We leave it too long. So I'm gonna say that for real, JD. Everybody talk and no action. Yeah, but if we come together and stand up for something, even if it gonna cost you your life, or at least your pitney life, are gonna be okay, and other people. So if you're not serious about it, leave it alone, man. You understand me? Big up yourself, Jamaican Guna. We'll link you back right after Big Boss. All right? Yeah, man. We are not a football culture. That's why it's not that serious. Okay. All right. Bless up, bless up. All right, Maria Kotebed, JD, Craig Butler can run the JFF. Don't worry yourself. I have something about Craig Butler, but this video was much more of the center of the conversation. That's why I never come back and tell you guys what I said yesterday. When you call me a fraud and my bad mind, well, me I gonna show you how much me know about them people, because Craig Butler go on and do the same thing what I complained about. So if you don't want me put it up, I can put it up as well, You get me? Because nothing no miss me, and my team work hard, and I'm showing you how predictable these persons are. All right, so don't come talk about Craig Butler can run no actual JFF. All right, yes, because what him actually do yesterday again proved to me that me not think him can run him actual team. Me not think him can actually run him team. Because emotions run him head more than anything else. Because I told you, I'm gonna say my bad mind, and the man go and do the same thing. Alright? So, alright. People say need for okay. People say pull it up. Oh my god. I was putting it in a different video, You get me? I was putting in a different video. But Una said, so we can't see everything. Jesus God, what a wicked man. Alright, so anyways, let me pull up Mr. Craig Butler's file now. I'm gonna show you the behavior of this man here. Yesterday, when the team picks, let me just give you, because we like to put everything in context. Because people come and say my bad mind, and all sort of madness, when really and truly I might be the only person trying to give them the answer to a lot of things. But let me pull it up, since people just want everything out there. Alright, so let me pull it up. Alright. So anyways, let me start right here now. So yesterday, day before yesterday, when the team actually was actually revealed, right after his son put up, no whisper, no party. So in translation for persons overseas, simply means Jamaica can't do nothing without whisper. Alright, which is absolute bonkers. No make no logical sense. Alright? Yes. Because the kid get an opportunity, was forced to be picked. Because I love what the coach said, come back to be important. Was forced to be picked because of the popularity contest. Simple. because that's what the man literally said. People bombard him and said, "You need to look at this kid," and that's why he picked the kid. He gave the kid opportunities after opportunities because the first thing the guy said, he needs to see him with big men. So he gave him opportunities after opportunities to prove himself. And then at the end of the day, he came out and said, politely, he's not being pushed away from the team, but what he's dealing with now, maybe that's a case that's really not giving him the proper condition to display what everyone says he could, because clearly he never did. All right, clearly he never did. So the coach will be honest to them and try make sure he does not push them aside, but try to deal with them properly. And said, okay, maybe the reason why he never did that, because we point out all of the situations, but obviously nobody no care. Yes, so the coach politely try to deal with the situation. All right, yes. So they said no whisper, no party. So clearly whisper the best thing. So and I came out and said the handlers have to properly deal with things, because you guys sold like you are Jamaica first, and Richie wants to sell whisper to Qatar, which I told her was a lie, because I had the paper way before this even come out. So it was a lie. He had an opportunity to go on a trial in Qatar to represent for a club, not for Qatar team itself. All right, but I will leave them to explain that side. All right, but I just put everything in context so we can just literally put out what he stated here. I'm gonna show you how wicked it is. I'm gonna always give this man a pass. Hear him statement. Because people said it was Mr. his son talk yesterday and not himself. But hear him now. This is under the Maverick, the Jamaican propagandist machine, Maverick. And I can properly say so because I've been telling you a long time. He applies no base value to nothing and just say things because he has a position. All right? Yes. So let me start now. Mr. Butler, it is indeed a bad situation, because the title of the video was to state that, let me make sure I get it correct here from Mr. Maverick. All right, Mr. Maverick. Whisper. All right. Whisper Richards. Yes. Whisper should play Mexico game. That was the title. So he's responding to the title. All right. It is indeed a sad situation and very disturbing. That's from Mr. Butler. I don't think the decision not to take Whisper was a footballing one. And definitively not because he wasn't good enough to make the squad. All right. So he's already insinuating things. I spoke to the coach and sought to understand why he was saying what he was saying. The people just signed a contract and lots going on for him. So obviously he never understand. So he tried to seek the story from the coach to understand what's going on, because he wants more clarity, because it was not good enough. Because clearly I heard what the coach said on more than one instances, and I know that what the coach said was justified. But he said he picked the 1 point for the coach to expand. Obviously it's just a ways of manipulation. I don't believe that decision was anyone else but Whisper to make. Hutchinson said he isn't playing for personal reason. Why not give Whisper the option to say he isn't available because he is too excited? He signed a big contract to a big club. Let's face it, he just signed to Chelsea FC, a Champions League champion. He has to be good enough, because he made some type of error. He has to be good enough for Jamaica's national team. All right, let me clear up that now. No, he has not. He does not have to be good enough for Jamaica national team. No, this is where he manipulates people without being clear, produce any clarity. You play about on the potential basis, not the readily basis. That's why I told you when him say Whisper go play Champions League and whatever, he was selling it to the fans to confuse them to say that Whisper going into the national Chelsea team instant as he reached there. And then quietly said that, oh, he's going to be a part of the team tryout, and if he's not good enough, he will go out on loan. So he said that in a softer tone because that is how you manipulate people. Shout the thing that you want them to hear because it's subconscious, and whisper the one that you don't want them to hear. All right, but he had said both. All right, yes. So him saying no, if Chelsea pick him, he's good for the national team. No. Because if you're good for the youth 18 Chelsea team, you're not good for the national team because you have Jamal Lowe that's playing in the championship coming from Bournemouth. And that's the Premier League down to the championship. Michail Antonio in the championship. Leigh Bailey in the championship. Bobby Reid in the championship. Kaheem Paris also playing in a registered league. So what are you talking about? Oh, that makes sense. But it makes sense to people that does not apply context to the conversation. Let me move on now, all right? Yes. So, could it have something to do with the Middle East and who lost money because he refused to go and play for another country? That's what he's saying. Could it... No, wait, hold on, let me finish the statement now. Well, let me finish it. Let me finish the statement. So now he's riling up his team. Just hold on. That's why we said it's a statement. Let me go through it. All right. Could it have something to do with the Middle East and who lost money because he refused to go and play for another country? So he's inciting that people in the JFF, because clearly he couldn't talk the coach. So people in the JFF had connection to him go and play for another country. And that is between Richie and the Gensec. That's what he's saying, because the Gensec talked about it, but you guys never listen. The Gensec said he and Richie them have some family relations. All right, and he said it himself. All right, so I'm making sure you know exactly what's going here. So he's setting up people. All right, yes. All right, so could it be some who are in hierarchical positions are mad that their folly has been foiled? I don't know. What I do know is players are recruited to play for clubs and also play for countries. Whisper had that option very recently in Qatar. I am not sure about that, and I'm going to investigate it and contact Qatar as well. I'm going to contact Qatar and get the information for you guys. Just because he keeps saying it, I'm going to investigate this deeper than anything that Richie them and all of those people could know. All right, who were recruiting him to play for their country, and it seems it has the blessing of the JFF. All right, you hear now. He thinks that he has, so exactly what he was trying to say. All right, you see, so I never had to make up a story on him. He made the story on himself. All right, and it seems it had the blessings of the JFF. I am here to tell you that I refused, and so did Whisper. All right, and then we continue here. Hutchinson said he isn't playing for personal reason. Why not give Whisper an option to say the same? All right, yes. And they continue. He continued here again. Whisper refused to play for Qatar. He is as a result of not playing in an official friendly by FIFA, still not being captied to Jamaica. A player just signed to Chelsea. I wonder why. Do the maths. What is done in darkness must come out to light. All right, so that is what he said. So in that full conversation, he was trying to say that One, it was not based off what he did in the games. Let him never got picked. Right. You can argue that because that's up in the air. All right, no problem. You could look at the persons that they picked. I've explained to you before they even picked the squad why I think he was not going to be picked, and one of these guys would have been picked, and the coach did the same thing. So ironic, I said the same thing, and the coach did the same thing. It must has to be something what I know about football, that the coach know about football as well. All right, yes, and we're gonna get into that as well. All right. The second thing he insinuated that people in the JFF had a hand in the deal and had a hand in the deal for Whisper to go and play for Qatar. Hence why they are trying to penalize him now. So they are not taking accountability to say that maybe the kid is too young. Because listen to this. This is what Mr. Butler stated in the Sportsmax, because it's a chop-up video. In the Sportsmax interview, go back and watch that. The player was not used to the system of playing up there as a striker, and that's why he never shined to the level of what he wanted. The player that come in for the one position of Hutchinson was Trevante Stewart. That is a striker. That is the best hold-up striker out of everybody. So you said your player cannot play striker. But in the opposite end, you're saying that your player should be picked regardless. And you say you love Jamaica. We are gonna take call, but let me call it the actual comments them now. You see it, everything is out there because the one thing about this person, he talks and talks and talks. So you know he's going to tell you exactly what's up. You need to cap every single thing and you learn about him. You cap every single thing. All right. So let me go through the comments now. Wow. And then we plug this phone in so I can take the calls right after the comments. Alright, guys, as we say, smash the like button and do up the like button because everything what we're doing here is pretty much facts. 106 likes. Come on, guys, do better than that. We have 231, so get the likes up because at least you have to respect us for the job that we are doing. We are not just making up story. We are coming here with the information so you can go back there and check for yourself. Alright, we don't need Craig Butler. Warren Webster said, error. Omission error of original entry, error of principle, JFF guilty of all the error. Blessings, JD. Alright. You deserve all the likes, JD. Your diligence, reaching and hard work. Yeah man, respect man. But the people still hate me because I'm going to bring it out. What you got about Butler? What do you mean? No, I'm trying to show you because it was a connective part to what I've said yesterday because I was expecting him to do something here. We never got any response from him, so we are waiting on it, and I told you it's going to come, and it come 1 day later, 1 day after I've built the video. So obviously people can check my timing of the video, check the timing of the comment, and you see for yourself. Big up yourself, Island Card, pull it up. Yeah man, we did pull it up, so we want to hear what you have to say. Warrior 777, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Please, no Butler, he's all for himself. Well, I read it after, and be honest, we are going to further these investigations about the Qatar thing. All right. I honestly don't want that person to be there. All right. Yeah, man. Massive respect. Butler lacks accountability coming from Jason Clarke. All right. Put it out, JD. Them out. Yeah man, we want to have the conversation, Alright, fully bad mind. Yes man, we are fully bad mind. Because some persons can't have a reasonable conversation. Make Whisper go to Chelsea and develop some more. Yes. But the statement of because Chelsea pick him, he's good enough for the national team. Absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks, people. That's one of the dumbest statement I've ever heard in my life. That's one of the dumbest statement. If that is the statement that you're going to use that he should be in the national team, absolute bollocks. Jamalo, Leigh Bailey, Shamar Nicholson, Bobby Reid, Kaim Paris. Those are the persons that he's coming up against because clearly you said he's not a striker, which we know he was not a striker. And in the same video you're commenting on, the people were telling him he's not a striker. So even though propagandist machine no know nothing about football, him no say the player is not a striker because he must say the player run down the wing and not realizing that you're saying that they should pick Whisper over Leigh Bailey. You understand me? You should pick Whisper over Leigh Bailey because that is the problem then. You should pick Whisper over Leigh and Bailey. And that is madness. You get me? Sometimes you push, the propaganda push too far, guys. Sometimes the propaganda should stop. It pushes too far. All right? Um, um, that don't make sense for real, JD. You spit the facts. Yes, man, we're chopping it up, and I'm trying to show you how Jamaicans do real talk, big boss, love you. No, me not have time for that. Me live in a real world. You get me? Me not depend on foolishness. Be smart. Notice a pattern of these people. They'll capture an audience for their beneficial gains. Thank you very much, Triple E. All right, I love information. Well, Ralston, respect for that. All right, and that's why I know you guys always stay here. You know here that say him and Bailey for start in the front line. Yes, but clearly Bailey is not a forward. He can't get in. Aston Villa don't want him in the front line. So that is an X factor as well. All right. Yes, and hear Aston Villa people tell him say them don't even want him none at all. You understand me? Yeah, because him not live up to the bag of hype. You get me? And that's why you set up your players them for failure. You get me? Yes, man. Put up the petition to be signed. I am ready. Action, not a bag of mouth. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We are gonna work on that. Maverick is weird. Listen to him once and never again. Yeah, man. Weird, man. All right. Yeah, man. Whisper did nothing versus Trinidad. I agree as well. And everybody watch football agree as well. Everybody watches and know football. Know him never do nothing on the field. Him do things that warrant him to come off of the field instant. If we want to be truthful to ourselves, him do things on the field that would have taken him off of any other team in the world. So the coach give the man as much time. So sometimes when we stop unnecessarily put pressure on the coach, because that's what he's doing now. Good morning, just arriving. What is the article? The title tell you, man. Big up yourself. A massive respect, Solid, and we need to give you a credit because you were the one that brought up this conversation. So Solid, we have to give you a credit again. You maybe need to copyright your speeches. Them Whisper just need to go to Chelsea and perform. He should go England now and start acclimatize to train. Yeah, man, that's what he needs to do. You get me? So why are you guys talking it up and he's not doing anything? Why we can't just wait until he does something? Or that is a scapegoat of I avoiding him from doing something and just make a bag of nice. Yeah, I think that's a part as well, you know. You get me? Because we keep on skipping things for we not to talk about the performances more than just the propaganda. All right, and make sure it does not become a part of a trend of just the propaganda and nothing producing. All right, yeah, man. Make sure Hector signed for Chelsea. Grant was at Chelsea. Kasey Palmer was at Chelsea, and no in the team. Yes, all of those guys signed for Chelsea and never made the team. Grant made the team one time. That's it. All right. Yes. Yeah, man, he's just for a laugh, man, but he believes he's serious. CB always says his players can play in any of the front three position, but complain that he was playing out of position. Yeah, people need to go and listen to it, so it's confusing. It's confusing, man. A true, JD, the louder he gets is when you have to check his statement for its accuracy. Yes. Believe me, man. We just out here RR cuss, whisper over Chivante for me, JD, honestly. All right, so Pelpa D, I'm going to ask you where he plays. Because remember, we don't have Antonio, we don't have Roof. So we only have Corey Burke and exclude Chivante. We only have Corey Burke and Shamar Nicholson, which is a part-time striker. He's also a wing forward as well. Because go back to Shalorai and you see where he plays. Because people in Jamaica never even knew he was not a striker. He was a wing forward just the same. So he's a part-time striker. Corey Burke is a striker. All right, so those are the two. So Michail Antonio Roof ain't available. So Whisper or Chevante Stewart, who are you going to pick when you have Leigh and Bailey, Kaim Paris, Bobby Reid, and Low as the wing forwards them? Which one of those players Whisper is better than as a wing forward? And why are you going to bring the fifth player as a wing forward? For what reason? Because he can't start over none of those players. He ain't faster than Jamal Lowe. He ain't as clinical as Jamal Lowe, because Jamal Lowe proved it as a higher level. And Jamal Lowe is one of our best products for Jamaica in limited time. Because Jamal Lowe is better than Leigh and Bailey for Jamaica. That is not a question because I always said no one the numbers them. How much game Jamal Lowe play? How much goal him score? How much him create for Jamaica? More than Leigh and Bailey. So we need to start talk facts now. So who is he want to go in as a wing forward? Because we have to bring the strikers then because we are going to need backup. So you see how we put unnecessary pressure on the coach? It was very clear by the selection. Alright? Yes. Warrior, Whisper was not better than Trevante because Whisper's function was different than Trevante Stewart. Trevante Stewart came in the game and did better than Whisper in the entire second game. It's just because what we look at for football. The problem that we had, why we noticed so much fling away ball is because Whisper is not good enough to take down balls. To take down the balls them. He's not good enough to take them down and with his back against the wall. You get me? So when Trevante come on, you don't see change. Whisper look better when Trevante come on. Because somebody was there to hold the ball and give it to him. Because he's a central forward or a wing forward. That is the truth. So look at the context now when we give you all the actual facts. Because I gave you the facts before the team picked and I said they will go for a striker over Whisper because I know the other persons them coming in the wing forward position. So the coach not do nothing at all. The coach pick him perfect squad. The player no need for the squad because he's not better than nobody. He get picked for each positions. He's not better than Trevante as a striker and he's not better than none of the wingers them as a wing forward. So that is the situation, guys. I'm telling you because I told you before the squad drop. Remember, the coach, the owner of the player tell us say man a striker. So then, if he's a striker, why we need to bring 5 wing forwards then, and then we don't have no striker because we have a part-time striker in Shamar Nicholson, proven by his record, and then we have 1 striker in Corey Burke. Well, we don't say no good. You know. So we have to go to Mexico to rely on Corey Burke. Wow, because we want to bring Whisper to add to a bunch of players that he's not going to start in front of. So people, we had education to it because why I could say it before the list. Go back to my video, I plead to Unaga Ball because he's not going to be selected because he's better than the wingers them that we have now. We have good, solid wingers. Bobby Reid are one of the best players in a Fulham team. Leigh and Bailey are one of the best players Jamaica have. Jamal Lowe never get in a game for Bournemouth. He goes down to the championship and he's one of the best wingers in the championship until they start to rotate him in different positions. And he's one of the best players for Jamaica. Kaheem Paris, one of Jamaica's hardest working player overseas and deserves his chance because they take their time to blood him in the team. So why we need Whisper? We don't need it if you talk about educational football. He does not deserve to be in the team. And I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. That's why I could have told you before. And I go and check everything what I've said because everything what I've said is facts. Is facts. So go and check that now. And put all of them that says they know football with me on this stream. And you see if them not stop talk. Yeah, man. No, we have to turn it up because I want people to listen to me when I go you know, because I want them to listen and go and check what I'm saying if it's not facts because the same owner of the players them tell you the truth. But they told you the truth in difference, you know? I don't. So it's an unnecessary pressure they're putting on the coach. And it's coming from Mr. Butler himself. And in propagandist machine. You get me? And they need to stop it. And he comes back around to show you that he does not love Jamaica. Because anytime he needs to choose Jamaica and support the team, he goes around to choose himself again. And I rest my case right there. You get me? Yes. Every time he needs to choose Jamaica, he choose himself. And I would love to have a stream to argue him and put the facts out of his own mouth and see how he answer to it. All right? Yes. The man first is oral. So wait. All right. What's the point in calling Kemar Lawrence at this stage? Okay. The point is, let me explain the point for Kemar Lawrence. Kemar Lawrence is a left back. So Whisper out of the stage, him not trap back in a football. So that is done. Alright, so him also a wing forward, but him is not a winger. So him do the trap back duty because he's a luxury player. Alright, because wing forwards are also luxury players. You get me? And obviously he's young, so he doesn't even full-fledged in that wing forward role as well. You understand me? And this is no hate for the player because you guys know you guys know what I do to promote this player. But sometimes you have to tackle certain things, all right? Yes. So Taxi came in because they said Greg Leigh. I agree with you, Skillish, because I would have still picked Greg Leigh, you know. Yeah, but I would have kept Taxi in the team if he's available because he's playing good. But I would have took out Mariapa R. King out of the team. Skillish. I would have took out Mariapa R. King out of the team. You understand me? Yes, that's what I would have done. All right? Yes. Knew this was coming from Bullhead. It was only a matter of time. The same script, surprisingly, he didn't say no whisper, no Bailey. All right. You say, JD, I'm calling for Sidela of a hostile takeover. I would love that as well. I would love that as well. Bailey, I am own big man now. Craig can't control him again. Yes. And I respect that. I saw that he's learning, you know. I saw that he was learning, and that's why I respect Bailey, and I give him all the credit in the world, you know. To be here, fair, if they call Stuart, I think Whisper could have made it over him. Stuart looked dreadful. Whisper looked better than him. And you see it? I've just explained to you now. I want you to go back to that game and look at the older play. And then you come back to me and tell me what Whisper did over Trevante Stuart in the little time he's on the field. Alright, so that's what I want, alright, because we're getting too caught up into a lot more things. I think the coaches are educated people and they're looking at things different. You get me? Maybe and that's why I said to the coach, you know, stop conforming to Jamaica. Come out and say it exactly how you want. So don't give them no rigor room about, oh, the player going through so much thing. No. I pick my squad because I pick the best players them in the positions them. Period. And Whisper never make it in a position because he was not the best players them for any one of the two positions them. Done. And he's still on the cards. So just go to Chelsea, upgrade yourself and come back. If he had said that, you wouldn't have the argument. But once you leave Jamaican people for wiggle room, they are going to come out and start wiggle. You understand me? Especially a man that is all for himself. You get me? You don't watch Hold Up play. Whisper better than him. Okay, you don't watch so they said kill the Hold Up play. Alright. Let me go through it. Alright. Butler 8 is creating a division and big disrespect for the coach. He was singing the praises of the coach when he called him up for the friendly. When others also deserve a look in. That is true. Does JFF get money if he goes to Qatar? Alright, let me explain to that because we have to be honest. People, you can't call in. When I say that, you can't call in. I will make a call in. Please, just let me chop up the stream there because this is a content crack. So just wait till me give you a little time. All right. So let me keep the 1-to-1. What he didn't said, Richard Green. Put anything you say, anything you think me say a lie. Please put it there. No, I'm not taking calls now. Let me finish because you see, Richard Green said he didn't say that. So Richard Green, put where you claim the same never say because me go send you exactly where to go to look because clearly me on one today. All right. Anyways, does the JFF get money off the Qatar deal or whatever deal? Yes, JFF will have to get money off every transaction that happens throughout the the JPL. And also deals from academies as well because it's aligned. If a kid is not if a kid is underage, they have to sign up to the JFF body. The body are Casafa. So they have to get money out of it just the same. A percentage. Alright? A percentage. But he was alluded towards bigger percentage because they're saying that they would be the representative of the player. So, and they would have gotten more money. So that's why he himself coming to shake up the folly grounds. That's what he's saying. Alright? Errol said, JD, it's time you all leave Whisper alone because he will get there. But I talk about Whisper. Errol, when you listen to me speak, Errol, I don't think you actually understand what I'm just saying. What you talk about? We will leave Whisper alone. We are arguing a Butler case. So what are you talking about? People, please just comprehend, man. And that's why sometimes I just left and go do video for space, you know. You understand me? Because me don't know what you talk about. McDonald, you nah follow the story, brother. Brian Burke, big up yourself, man. Thanks very much for being back here, you know. JD, it doesn't matter what evidence you present. People will have their delusional belief. Thank you very much because me just say, McDonald nah follow the story. You understand me? The first thing I jump up to say now, we are trying to put down our next man. But we not do it. We are telling the truth. We are telling the truth. And I back the coach. Say the coach don't make a bad decision. You get me? I mean, I tell you why me did stand up and say the coach should have not picked him from day one. Because the coach come out and tell you why he pick him. I mean, know what happened because me's a Jamaican. I only did say my bad mind. But now I realize what I was saying because I was just so far ahead of you guys. You understand me? Yes. That is a problem. JFF has gotten better. Progressively worst and a damn disgrace. That is true. That is true. Big up yourself, Andrew55. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man, get the likes to 200 quick. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. People will do that. I am really tired of Butler negativity. He was recently praising JFF and the coach because they picked Whisper for the Trinidad game. But truth is, he just didn't perform enough to be in the Mexico game. Simple as that. He never pushed off any one of the top man them that's in that position. Mr. Omari Ricketts, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. JD, I want you to reach out to Richie and ask him. No, I'm not gonna reach out to Richie. We are going to go and investigate in Qatar. We are going to go and investigate in Qatar because sometimes it's not good to take information from both sides of party. So we don't want information from Butler and we don't want information from Richie. We are going to go in Qatar to get the information. That is the best way to do it. Jersey boy, how you doing, man? Hope all is well, man. Respect, man. Respect, man. Thanks very much for being here, bossy. Long time you're around, and believe me, you are a helpful person to this space as well. All right. So Jersey boy from England, but he's a good guy. All right. He helps this space more than you believe. Massive respect. All right. These people will cut off them nose to spite them face. All right. Good day, JD. You are doing an amazing job holding people accountable for their action. We need people like you in the country. But they said they need to run me away because of me. I mash up Jamaican football. That's why they said they need to run me away because of me. I mash up Jamaican football. There is more talent coming out of schoolboy soccer. It's because of the media pressure in Jamaica. Why Whisper get the nod over them. B. Douglas, that is something that we can have a conversation as well. Feel like we fight Whisper too much. At what stage are we discussing including youths like him, Blake, and no. Rebel, we are not fighting something. We are actually trying to stand up for the coach's decision. Because Rebel, we are not talking about Whisper. We are talking about so Richard Green. I never said the coach said he wasn't good enough. I told you what the coach said, Richard Green. I said he wasn't good enough for the selection and the positions. Richard Green attacked me. I listen to me careful. You know saying me said the coach said never good enough. I never said that. I said he was not good enough. I said he was not good enough for the players that was picked in each positions. I've explained the functions of each positions. So I said it, Richard Green, not anybody else. So don't say I said the coach said that. I said me say that. And I agree with the coach decision to leave him out. But the coach should have come out and say what I said. And then it wouldn't cause any controversy. So please listen to my wording well, Richard Green. I've repeated it the same way. I said I would like the coach said what I said, so it wouldn't cause this unnecessary controversy of this man trying to set up people against the coach. And continue back with his fighting of the JFF rhetoric. Yeah, check your WhatsApp. Him rush me too. Okay, him rush. Alright, you know what? Because we're already 1 hour in. Yeah, man, but Richard, but I'm saying he never said that. I know what the guy said. I've literally repeated what the guy said. All right? Yes. All right. So yeah, let me check the calls, them. All right? Because the chatter run. Let me see. Yeah, man. No, me nah stop, man. Me nah stop, man. Because remember, you know, guys, at Jamaica, just please, no, guys, at Jamaica, we should, if me bring a million evidence, on the nah go, even when you might not care what them man say, only just caught up in them delusional things, yeah. All right, you know, let me be straight with you now. Let me be straight with you now. Let me be straight with you now. Let me be straight with you now, guys. I know a lot of people in football. Know a lot of people in football. As I just told you the other day, people saying that I should go into the actual same thing as them thing here, agency and them stuff here, or agency and stuff. So I know a lot of people in football that played football. You understand me? If a talent is so good from Jamaica, i.e. Whisper those guys, if I press the case and do my proper write-up, I can take a player out of Jamaica and make him sign for a big club as well. I mean, I know, I mean, never play football at that higher heights. I mean, I know everybody friend, but me can do that as well from in Belgium. And if you put me to the test and show me a footballer and make me connect them to it, you see it happen. So come on, man. So I'm not gonna even go into those conversations because in things have a way to play out, make gonna see who people is. Alright, so this overpraising of people. And sometimes when you don't know the end result, please dig deeper. Stop just come on the top ceiling of everything. Dig deeper. Because if we're not taking the picnic people, we need to understand. You need to understand, alright? A lot of things man involving. I'm here when you come and talk about me, bad mind whisper. If me ever tell you a certain thing, but me just allow it alone. Because something when I could have said, it's best me don't say it, alright? Yeah, man. So, Markalan, big up on yourself. How you doing, man? What you have to add to the show, sir? Which part of the show?
Yeah, man. Good. Yeah, man. Greetings, man. Sports greetings to you and your listeners. I just really want to comment on a few things. Number one, we can now conclude that development has become a critical issue for our young talents in Jamaica. And when I say development, I'm not just talking about making them become a greater football player, but a greater football player plus a greater professional. And so, whereas we are complaining about the coach's decisions and who the coach should pick and who the coach should not pick, the truth is, the game has not even played as yet. And I think they have to be careful, And I said this the other day on the show that they have to be careful with how they damage this young man. He's a developing talent. I don't think he reached there as yet, but if he continues on the same path, he will get there. So I'm in agreement with you, JD. But if I should also be objective, I think the coach has a part of the coach's job, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. A part of the coach's job is also keeping the fans happy. And if I'm wrong, you can correct me. Number one, JD, accountability.
No,
Is
don't slip apart. They say a part of the coach's job is to keep the fans happy.
That's what I think.
All right, but that is a deep one. Because that would just jump to say that, oh, so pick people when the team where fans want. No, because you can't carry passengers and sometimes. So, and I'm not saying the player is a passenger, but I'm saying to the conversation. You can't carry passenger just to fulfill people's belief. Because you know what? In the end, winning actually brings all fans. Because if you don't win everything and the player is as good as Pele but can't make the team. Winning still counts.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing on the context of just carry anybody. The context is because this player is good, and if the fans cry out for that player, then give the player a chance. So that was the context. No,
and me, you sir, and you agree to that. You agree to that because I don't agree to that.
Well, we don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree.
Okay, no problem. Because I don't agree to that.
Yeah.
I agree to the player have talent.
We
But I
don't have
don't
to. Yeah,
agree
that's
to
what
the
I
player
said.
is as good as the other guys them selected in his position because I don't think he's as good as Liam Bailey. I don't think he's as good as Jamal Lowe. I don't think he's as good as Bobby Reid, and I don't think he's as good as Kaim Paris. So all four
I
of
don't
those
want you
guys
to
that
twist.
got
I
selected.
don't want you to twist my story. I don't want you to twist my story. I'm saying generally, it's not specific to Whisper. So let us not be deductive. I'm saying generally, if the player is good and the fans is crying out, the fans do have a say in Jamaica's football. The fans overall in any football should have a say. And I'm saying it's not just footballing culture. It's not just the coach and the federation. When Brazil coaches are not performing, man, go and go see them start your burn down. I'm saying this is football culture. And
Mm-hmm.
if we're being true to football culture, accountability is not just from JFF president, but it's also from the fans. The fans do have a say. And if there's any football is being played and the fans is not a part of it, then something is wrong. The fan is a big part of football. Just as though the media and I think the resurgence or the presence of vloggers, it has held Jamaica accountable. So I'm saying there's good things coming from the vloggers, and nobody should kill you, JD, for your opinion or for your opinion with facts. And I'm saying nobody should come in this space and beat you without actually checking the fact. The truth is, we have our preferences, we have our biases, but at the end of the day, is my preference is going to do detriment to Jamaica's team, or is my preference going to contribute to Jamaica's team? So yes, we can have our preference, and we can disagree, or we can fight, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, the numbers never lie. So people should not attack your character, your critical ability to break down numbers when they actually have not seen the numbers. The statement you made about Jamal Lowe as opposed to Leon Bailey was a very factual statement, because
Yeah,
I
but
knew the
nobody
guy
not
when
care
he
about
said,
that. Nobody
and
never
you were
look on that,
correct.
you know. Nobody never look on that, you know. How much game Liam Bailey play and what him really do. And Jamal Lowe, every time him come in, chop and change far apart, him deliver. So, oh, nobody not talk about that. So, if Liam Bailey is good, better than Whisper for the team, automatically Jamal Lowe have to be better as well because he might produce more, right?
But for me, I honestly think that there are some issues internally going on with Leon Bailey, and I'm saying circumstantially, it could be that based on what have surrounded Leon Bailey in the past, it has affected him in Trinidad for Jamaica. This is my argument, and I'm saying if we're not careful, the very same thing can happen to Whisper and other
Oh,
young
oh,
talent. I'm
I
saying that there are too
understand.
much.
I understand there, but we cannot use no circumstances or nothing. And next man a come from out time him best surrounding setup. Him no know nothing about Jamaica. Him just turn up here and for play ball. You understand me? So we can't use everything while Liam Bailey no deliver because every time him no deliver, oh him would have an injury, him would carry an injury before, then him coach, then him headmaster say him never injury in a life, him a was a rock machine because these
But
are him
Jed, here's the
actual words, you
argument.
know. So it a contradict what people the excuse what people give Liam Bailey. The fact is Jamal Lowe is just performing better than Liam Bailey in Jamaica's colour. Period. Not no more argument.
But I'm not debating that in an Imaxit. What I am debating Imaxit. Leon really is a proven baller. We've
Okay?
seen him done it on the international stage.
Yes.
So I'm saying him not performing on Jamaica's soil has nothing to do with his football prowess or his football capabilities. I am
Okay.
arguing, JD, that
Alright.
if he has done it, on a big stage, on the world stage,
Okay.
and if he's
I
not
love you
doing
say
it
that, you know,
on
because me I
Jamaica's
set up
stage,
now, you know, continue.
chances are there's a cause to the effect as to why he's not performing, because the man has proved himself to be a baller. So I'm saying we can't then argue. The argument now have to be shifted as opposed to him not being a good player. So I'm saying so it has to be something else. Why and I'm leaning to the argument that it could be based on the negativity that has surrounded him. And in fact, no player, nobody could have gone through what um Leon Bailey gone through and not needed some sort of counseling. I believe that therapy should be given him to football players as well. Yes, I'm saying. So I'm saying, JD, there is an issue as to why he's not performing at Jamaica's on the international scene as opposed to doing it in one of the best leagues in the world. That's my argument. I could be wrong.
Okay, no, it's fair. It's fair what you're saying. I will stand, but all I'm saying is, you realize we have a built-in mechanic chip in our head. Once it's a player from local, we seems to go to excuses. So what are the excuses for these mans what come from overseas, what we put on to say, oh, hard it is for them to adjust? Because Gray came here, he scores, assists, and people say him not good enough. Jamal Lowe, the same thing. Michail Antonio, the same thing. Ravel Morrison, the same thing. Bobby Reader, people this up, the same thing. So why all of them man not get that built-in excuse while they are actually performing? Because all of them are performing and I don't care how bad we had look on it, if because guys remember performance is pretty much limited. Performances is pretty much limited down to our pool. We're not talking worldwide or Mexico and United States. We're talking in a Jamaica team. The best performers them are always the overseas inputs them. So how can they still be outperforming we? That's Jamaicans. Oh, that makes sense. That we were born here. Because they have to come in our own elements and they are the ones still doing the job here. So what me still can't understand Amechi. I know say Liam Bailey go through a whole heap of thing. I know Liam Bailey go through a whole heap of thing. It's okay. But the next man them go through a whole heap of thing, them come. You know how hard it is to live from a next country?
Well, that is true. That is true. That is true. But for me, JD, I don't want to go in those who live overseas or those who are, because the truth is they're all Jamaicans, and I don't want to get into that. What I'm saying, JD, whereas we were specifically talking about Leon Bailey and why he has not performed, as opposed to Whisper not being called. That's what we're
Are,
really
and
discussing.
and
So
you
what
want me
I
to
am
answer that side as well? Alright, they are proven. Look, all of the men that you talk about are proven player. You say Liam Bailey should get him spot and be respected because he's proven baller. No problem. Well, Jamal Lowe is a proven baller as well. Shamar Nichols is a proven baller. Kaim Paris is a proven baller. Whisper is not a proven baller. So by that same logic, what you just giving up, Whisper no should have been selected over
yeah.
them.
No, I'm not in agreement that Whisper should have been. I'm not in agreement, nor am I disagree. I'm saying if Whisper was called, what we need to look at, what more advantage it would have caused us if Whisper was called, as opposed to the disadvantage if he's not called. That's what I am looking at.
Uh,
So I am not saying that he should have been called, but I'm saying, would it cause us harm if he was called, or if he's not called? That's what I'm
So that's
trying
what
to
you want me
unpack.
to detail. Would it cause us harm if he was called? Yes, it would
Yeah.
have caused us harm if he was called in favor of one of the strikers then, because the problem is we only have one true out and out striker here. And we don't have Michail Antonio, we don't have Kemar Roof that can play as a central forward, not really a striker either. So we don't have no striker. So if Whisper could have just damn play as a striker and do what the other guys them could have done, I think he deserves to be there. 1000%. But he's not that type of player. So and we don't have no more player. The only person we have to rely on is Corey Burke. And the one I want to say Corey Burke not good. And we don't know why I do there. So then who we have? So we have to find a new formation to actually play some player because we don't have a true striker. We literally don't have a
I
true
never said
striker. Eh?
I don't think the statement is true that Corbeck is not a good player. I just think that he was misused um, in previous times we've seen. I think he was used to facilitate Tapa's system. But I think if based on how we played then, I think Corbeck could be a good pressing forward with a little support. Because for me, if my forward can get a few assists, if my forward can bulldoze his way in, he can get a spot with a scoring forward. So if the coach is going to use 4-4-2 JD, and you can critique it if you think it makes sense, or if
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
sense, that's all right. If the coach is going to use a 4-4-2, because he's saying that um people should give the coach more credit. One of the first things I listen to the coach says that the 4-4-2 is an easier system to adapt with players who have not been called in the camp for a long for a while, and they have not been playing together for a while. So he says that he's going to 4-4-2 because it's easier to adapt. So I'm
Yes.
saying, if
Mm-hmm.
that's the formation, JD, that the coach is going to use, then Corey Burke would have been ideal. What do you think?
Ah. But I think what he saw in the Trinidad game, which I heard him allude towards that as well. He's one people when you can't just wait until the caller finish. Then we this is the last point he's gonna make and then we move on. The advocate. The reason why we are discussing Leon and Whisper is because people literally brought out both of them from the Phoenix camp for me to debate on. You understand me? So that's what we are talking about. But anyways, we move back to what you said. The coach realized that it now work. The 4-4-2 now work. He rather him just go back to what he wants than actually try to make people acclimatize towards systems. It now work because the better Jamaica looked, or the best Jamaica look is when they changed to the 4-2-3-1 system. Even Whisper look a million times better in the 5 minutes or 10 minutes he stayed on the pitch after them changing the system. So he realized that, okay, stop. Stop beating around the bush and talking about you're going to set up certain things. And that's why he came out and said he's not going to use too much local JPL players anymore. Because he realized that thing that he's trying to include everyone, try to get everyone up to speed, not working. So he has to just get up to the highest IQ players them, highest footballing IQ players them, and just go to what's going to be effective, which is the 3-4-2-1 system, or another formation plus his system inside the formation inside the system. So that's what he saw, and he's going to just go to that. So that's why he picked those strikers and more wingers. All right, and that's what I think. That's why I judged him on that before the squad was listed, and I thought that he did a good job. If Whisper was not picked, okay, no problem. All right, you get me? That's all I can say. No problem. But I don't see any big problem there either. You know, I think he gave him a chance, a good enough chance for the fans to see him, and then he can just move off to Chelsea and improve himself, and then come back as a better player. You get me? And then nobody can deny him a spot in the team because he will be ranking with, if he can upgrade to the level, he will be ranking with Leon Bailey, them Jamal Lowe, and everybody at this point. At this point, Whisper is still in Manning Cup mood. He's not in the high echelon mood as yet because that is what we know of him, the Manning Cup. We get a glimpse of him. We get a glimpse of him in a football, and we realize he could do better. He can improve, but he still needs a lot to learn. You know, he still have a lot to learn to master his own position. So why we are going to throw him in these things, saying that he should master his own position? We could actually kill him off from the national team if we approach it that way. Because we're going to throw him in Mexico now, then him embarrass himself then, and then now the coach now pick him after because of that one memory that he had of him. Now better him just go at Chelsea, learn as much in that time, and then him can perfect him craft a little bit better. So when he comes back, he can stay there and repeat the process what he has learned because he has...
But experience is also... For me, JD, I don't think there is going to be harm if he was called or if he was not called. But the truth is, this is how I see it, JD. And I think, and I'm saying I'm leaning more to what you are saying because I've seen Ronaldo Cephas and I've seen clips of him and the guy is playing well, but he has not been called and nobody fuss about it. So when I see people in the chat talking, JD, I don't pay that mind, right? Because some people that they can't think, they can't reason critically. And for me, if you can't put your biases aside and accept facts, then I can have a conversation with you. I don't even want to talk to you if it is that you. But for me, if Whisper was called JD, I don't think it would have been harmful to Jamaica because
you don't think it would be harmful?
We should be looking.
We
should be looking forward. We should be looking how to revamp our team and how to build on younger players coming up. No, for me, if the statement that you said, JD, that he can build a little more, I don't have a problem with that. But for me also, JD, just to be fair and just to be objective to the conversation, if he was called into Mexico, this is the right time. If you really have plans for the future, and you're saying that you are developing talents and you want youth to be in the squad, then this squad, if that's what you're saying and if that's where we are going to, then I don't see a problem with Whisper being called, getting experience, being climatized with Mexico, or getting some experience, because experience is actually doing something, JD.
Yes.
Right? So that's my final point, man. I have to run now, but thanks again.
Yeah, man, respect. And later we will be on again, so we can chop it up. So whoever missed the call today, can join late, or actually early, could join later. All right? Yes, respect.
All right. Yeah, man. Big up.
All right. So let me just go through this. A few comments, guys. Please do smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Advocate, no man. The reason why we have discussion on topics is because people want to ask it in the chat. So advocate, before you attack me, please do read the rest of the chat. All right? Yes, because I'm defending the action of the coach because I could have seen what he was going to do because I knew the other players coming in. So advocate, why you can't look at that? We had Leigh and we have four wing forward wingers coming in, four winger slash wing forward coming in. And I'm just the coach maybe just saying, why would we add a fifth one to it? You understand me? Because we need a striker. Obviously, we don't have the striker pool that we desire. That is true. But they brought in a big body that can hold up the play and link the Leigh Baileys and those mans to try and be effective. Because remember the pattern of the game that we will be playing, we are not going to be on top of the ball. I don't think we'll reach that level as yet, advocate, to be on top of the ball. And that is one of the reasons why I thought he did it. You get me? Yes. So if he could have played a striker. He deserved to be more than 1,000%. Yes, man. Yes, man. If he could have played striker and hold up the play like Trevante with his skill set that he has now, 1,000% Whisper would have deserved to be called up. 1,000% because that is the position required at the time. So pretty much in the team, nobody got picked, for not for just being there. Everybody got picked for a purpose. So why people can't just look on it and say that it's a purpose squad? Everybody pick for just play a big part in the team. You get me? So because people ask about Phillips, but the problem is, the problem is, guys. The problem is Phillips went in the team. John Russell, you guys saw John Russell. They said his papers. They are working on his papers. They are working on his papers here. So that defensive central option is not even clear as yet. So that's why Phillips is in the team. Because they have to throw somebody there to supplement that situation. And we have, so if John Russell paper is not done, they have Lambert and Phillips to back up Lambert right there. You see what I'm saying? So those are the two defensive midfielder, deeper line midfielder option we have. So everybody in the team for a reason. If John Russell's paper gets sorted out, then they can even go more defensive in midfield and then leave one of the attacking midfielders to link play better. But once hold on, Carla, 1 second. I'm just finishing a point, and then we just bring it in. All right? Yes. So because I don't want to lose my train of thought there. So that was the reason behind the selection. So please go back and look at the pool of players selected, and then realize where it's coming from, and then go back to Mr. Butler's statement and patch it in. All right, go ahead now, Carla. Go ahead, Carla, because I answered the phone. I know you're on the phone.
Everybody.
Man, everybody in the chat and everything. So me, I pay for the.
Yeah, man, me know paper, man. Me know paper. Where you do it?
Yeah, man. But anyways, me the depend. Me not say the bandwagon because I'm from Jamaica, but me did truly believe before you explain Whisper over Trevante. But when you explain it, JD, remember, and you can start this JD to educate, to reprogram the fans them mind, just like how you reprogram my mind. Remember, JD, before Grimmy come in the other day, we used to tap a pick 10 man in a one position, brother.
Yeah.
JD.
Yeah, but now that we are trying to explain to the fans them. But they must beat the man. They must have beat the man on top of one selection.
You understand? We used to that. Me used to that tap a pick 4 or 5 man. So just like what you say, what they call us say, you wouldn't see an advantage and a disadvantage to put Whisper in it. So me did have that same opinion. But when you come to a true professional coach, you know, say, listen, Whisper is developing very fast and everything, but you have 4 other players. 4. You understand? We're ahead of him right now. You understand?
Yeah.
Why would I bring him? You understand? Why would I bring him when we have 4 other players ahead of him right now at the same time now we are talking about game? So when I say that, you know me think, I say, oh.
Cause look at this scholar. Look at this scholar. I don't want him just bring him for sit on the bench because if him bring him and I give him a game, Jamaican people are gonna still fight the man. And then they get a result. Once they get a result, they're going to come up back and say, oh, Whisper should have go up on the field, and that's how we get a result. You understand me? So why the man are trying to shut out the noise as well? Because maybe he would have tried bring him, Maybe he would have tried bring him, Even if he squeak a 24-man squad to try bring him to appease the fans. But through him know him not gonna give him a game. You understand
No,
me?
but JD, but what you know, even if you squeeze 24 man out of Andre Gray, have to still go for a whisper.
Actual striker, where you would have want.
But have to still go for Andre Gray, or even find whichever league Bygrave are playing and call Bygrave.
Because you
want
want
to go for that. You understand?
Because you want to do it. The coach want a job to be done. So people before we go caller, what I want people to do is when anytime Mr. Butler start him stream, please una bombard him and say explain the positions that Whisper can play. So anytime because I'm gonna build a video soon, being dejected, because you know I saw him go, because I know I saw him go. Alright, so when him build the video, please go there and say, explain where Whisper play. Tell the people in the position where him play. And then you're gonna start the conversation and make him have to answer. Anywhere him there, Instagram, anyway, because remember, and then you when him explain, you go back to him all the videos them and listen.
Alright. What you going on, JD? Me is a fan of Butler, me is a fan of Whisper, me is a whole fan of the team. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say. Remember, Whisper can play here, and here. But the one answer to that question, Whisper was shown to us as a winger. So everybody right now knows Whisper as a attacking, a lethal winger. Nobody knows Whisper as a forward. So therefore, me as a professional coach, me can't just say, oh, maybe him can play forward because him agent saying can play. So I can bring him in as a forward. No, I'm not going to do that. So what happened now is that you might have to go, whether in a under 21, Chelsea under 21 or whatever, you might have to go play a couple forward position, and then now we can carry him as a forward then. As a backup forward or whatsoever the case might be. But me have to go back in a time, JD, I mean, I tell us 90% of the problem now we are going through right now. Still, you don't have because of how much you need the top of the team, brother.
You think that a top still are the case of problems?
Hear me, I tell you to do much. Years the top of the team and all the man have pick the team and all have the team have play and everything. And hear the call after Leigh Bailey. You understand? You know, top of ruin extra career, him stifle Burke career. And a good thing Leigh come on the topper late because if Leigh go on the topper and him look so shitty. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. You get where I come from? Him look. You see me I say? And then now we tap out, you know, him beat up Grenade and beat up Bahamas and beat up the team and we have get to 1-1 point till we reach in the top 50 and everybody has to tap on Jamaica and this, that, and it just so you know say we have go up in a rank, but for the future we have lost so much because of that man, brother.
What a powerful talk there. You see you know what you said? Wow. That is you see, and people then they're not going to go into those deeper tuned. They're not going to look at those things because they don't have a care for it. Because people will come here and if Grimina get the next result, just like Tapa, what they're gonna say, no, just like Parlal. Oh, you see them a big license and Tapa did better than them. Them not go back and check the game when play, And what happened at them time, Them not check nothing at all, Them not check no context to nothing. So that is a part where I hold it down because nobody not apply context to nothing, and everybody have too much power in a Jamaican football. Like everybody have too much power for arm Jamaican football. It can't go up on a steady plane without somebody come and shift it off it.
And as I say, we are move forward and we can't really comment them. We not go back into that, but I'm just saying for the amount of years where the man have the team, where all my pick the team and all my pick the squad and everything. You understand? Me see the man bring Kemaru and have Kemaru play at number 10, brother. You hear me I tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Man bring Kemaru and have Kemaru play at number 10. You understand?
Yeah.
And the man run up and down Corbrook play as a winger and the man is not a winger. Me, listen. Because of YouTube, me know that Corbrook is not a winger. I swear that man was a winger, brother.
Yeah.
Understand where I come from? So things like that, yo, and you see now you have a professional, licensed professional, proven coach to bring a team to a World Cup. You understand? And you might pick a squad based on our squad to pick. You get where I come from? You have the position and you have the backup. You have the position and you have the backup. And you understand? All right, we have 5 good ones. Them 4 are proven. We don't need to carry that extra one there. All right, you have a whole heap of things that go on in your life, whatever. Go on at Chelsea, go become a star.
and lick with the other 4 man them foot, are you first to go picking at the position?
Yes,
You get where I come
simple.
from?
We want him to be picked. You know why? Because it can give Jamaican kids them hope. You understand me? So we want him to be picked. But we just want to go and just to do your thing. We don't want to break you because should we try force
And then,
something.
all right.
You
And the
understand
next
me?
two thing, and next two thing to JD, you know that me have got issue look up, opinionated advice to you. Craig Butler is an agent, he is doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
You get where I come from?
Yes. But you realize my conversation, yes, I said if you're an agent, you do your job. But his
Him a do his
statement,
job.
no, but the problem is, him no want be dealt like an agent. Him want be dealt like him a the savior for Jamaica, and him always a Jamaica first, which is a contradiction towards what he's doing, his job. You understand me? Because every time when you do something, it's in the opposite interest of Jamaica. Because him diss up the coach or try binnacle the coach and the JFF at this point because the person will be selected. It's in the opposite interest of what he claimed that he's fighting for.
Yeah, but remember, all right, and for the same statement we make a while ago for the trauma we Tapa put through, you understand? Where real football people understand. So don't come tell me about no top 50 virgin. You understand? Real people understand football. Even go through that trauma to because now you have you have a think about it, JD. Now you have a coach. You have picky team, all the team pick team baller, one of team baller, them get excluded outside. And him throw him set over it. You know why? Because him used to the previous regime where the man a pick 10 man in a one position. You don't feel like you see what I say? No, you have he might go through it too.
But obviously he has the outside experience. He said he's intelligent as a coach. He's intelligent as a person. So me not expect emotion to take you over. You understand me? Me expect you should be the bearer of truth and also upliftment for the Jamaican society, which you're perceived to be. So I held him in what he said he is, you know. So you can't come and tell me now if you drop the standard back and true this and you understand me? If he never proclaimed to be these things, I wouldn't put him in this category. I would have just said, oh, the man is just an agent, I'm a do him job. It's okay, Ray. You understand me? But once you keep on a force, say, yo, this me his, don't tell me something is this. So then when me analyze you as that, me can't take the way you say no, Pelpa. Me understand what you say, which should be true, you know. But the man are gonna come out, look at the situation. Here him this the JFF now. Say the JFF, we did want selling player. But now England send him a paper to say, brother, are you aligned with these people? Or you're trying to do it off your own? And could jeopardize his own deal. So if you are this the same man them, and the man them for sign the paper, and tell a lie for you. And when they come out in the gleaner and actually already expose, say you're not a part of it. How good that is for now? Are you eager that, you know? Are you eager for just jump out and say, me not align with the JFF or nothing? When the paper literally said, this could be a problem. And you come out to tell the people the truth, you know that I don't know that I damage your process, your ability to sell the players them without aligning with the JFF anymore. You understand me? And then maybe the JFF are gonna have you up on a leash now. So you damage your own self and damage the same Jamaica where you claim to say you're out there for because you just listen to him, do you know? He could have never said nothing, you know, because the paper come out, you know, and say, all right, Mr. Butler, you have to be aligned with one of the parts because you're selling underage kids, and you have to align with Kasaf or JFF. Him come out and say, yo, me not align with none of them, but I hope it can happen. So you have to align, or you should be aligned with it. So it's a thing that you should have did before, right. You should have done before you sell them players, yeah. So now you... So, Pelpa, sometimes you have to listen to the man and realize that the man act off emotions more than anything else. Because I'm a Coniah himself now. So, even if JFF want to help him out, JFF can't tell a lie on the paper now, you know. JFF can't tell a lie on the paper now, you know.
That's true. One other point I want to get other people.
Before you go away, JFF can't tell a lie on the paper now, you know. And if JFF tell the truth, you know, what you think him going to come out and tell people? And what you think him followers them going to say? And me have the paper to say him come out and inform say him and JFF is not friends and him not aligned with them, you know. So if JFF put on the paper say him not align with them, and them turn on the contract of Whisper and try cancel out all him things them now because them realize say him not do it the right way. And not of current contracts. Where you think him going to come out and tell the people them? Please answer me now, Pelpa.
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, ready. We can. Then come the time where you go put your ego aside. That no, you no, I'm really in a position now where you have to go. See, no, we are gonna know what really important to him because if it was me in his position, me I gonna do what me for do. Me I gonna lock my tail and say, all right, JFF, me work this out, because. You know what I mean? Come on, you them to
Pelpa,
reach it, or you them
see
to
Kai
reach.
say, Kai say it ya Pelpa. Him a go say a JFF fight him out. When a him just fight out himself, it in a the Jamaican Gleaner. It in a the Jamaican Gleaner where the man a tell people say him a align. Him a align with him Jamaican JFF or Cassava. Him a tell you. Say him a align with them.
Okay.
So why the man him fuck up on
No,
the people
man,
and
no,
say
no,
and say
me see it,
and
man. Me
backdate
see it,
it.
man. Me see it.
So the man, if the man him tell lie, them federation can go down in a FIFA and say the man align with lies, You understand me? I saw the man set up himself because him a read the things them and understand the things them, and when him cause himself problem, him blame the JFF. So continue, big boss, but me just try to show you because more people follow the story and we have the proof out
Yeah,
there in the Gleaner, the damn Gleaner of the man own
yeah,
words.
yeah. Me understand what JD that. You see, to be honest, you see over the part, you see over the part of the thing there. Me left that between them and I team and the ball of them and the coach and the result and them something them really I pay attention to. Me nah go lie to you, but one other point I want to bring across here where you say is we got throw a whisper out there in Mexico. Not that him don't have the potential, but him go out there and him go underperform or whatever the case might be. And the same fans, as much as how same fans ever say, see, push out whisper and he's not ready. I mean, in the close, but he's not there as yet. You understand? Just imagine the knowledge where he would have come back with if he go spend 6 months at Chelsea and come back. On top of where Craig already teach him and the rest of coaches them when he go to Jamaica already teach him. He would have definitely come back as a better player. You understand? But to go throw him out there and him go mess up now, it goodly all affect film owner career with where one call now with Chelsea. Man,
And let me give before you leave, let me give you something else. In order for him to get a contract somewhere else, he will still require points. He will still require points because he does not have the cap. Because he does not have the caps for Jamaica, so he will still require points. All right, and that's why he's so upset about these caps. So let me tell people everything. If he should make a, because that's why I know he's not signing to the first team. You understand me? Because he will require points, and he never had nothing. Yeah, he never had nothing to sign on.
Hold on, so, but him can stay with Chelsea do and come up in a Chelsea rank.
Yes, but you have to play a professional game in registered leagues to get the points required to move around Europe. You don't just jump from one location to one location without no points.
Hold on. Let me understand this now. So say if we reach up to a level and them say, all right, we're going to loan you to one of the team and we have fight relegation. Him can't go.
Let's see how the paperwork they go after. All right? Let's see how the paperwork go after. Believe me, it's a lot of things in these transfers where people nah say. All right? Where people nah say. You get me? It's a lot of things in it. And that's how when I come here talk, people just listen and then attack the points that I'm saying. You get me? Yes. So when you hear my cuss about the national team, it's for FIFA. It's for points. It's for points. Like, look. Let me leave it alone. Let me leave it alone, yeah, man.
But Jerry, may I give somebody a chance?
All right. Jerry, yeah, man.
We used to tap out of too much in years, man. You understand? Somebody professional do it right now. Just continue to educate you, brother. I make people know that educate me and a bombard, and a bash, or whatever.
No, man. I want to, man. People can disagree. People can agree, We just have the conversation, Yeah.
You know that, JD, but respect, man.
Respect, yeah, man. Alright, so people, smash the like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Get us up to 5,000. Get us back up to the 20,000 that we had. Massive respect for the super chat. Ramai said, JD, I have to give you credit. Bobby Reid has been great this season. Yeah, man. Massive respect, Ramai. What you doing, man? Ricketts said, class in session, JD. Ricketts, thanks very much for the super chat. Massive respect, man. Yeah, man, we just, I'm going back at these people with the information so they can always go in and check the things in themselves. And then we have that conversation. Cook says, Butler is for himself, not for the country, and JFF is if he puts his ego aside, his development of young players can help him and JFF in the future. 100%, he can help JFF and himself as well. You get me? Yeah, man. But sometimes yeah, man, we're gonna get into it, man. Go ahead, and we're gonna have an next show later, guys. And we want to bring the papers as well when we're talking. So sometimes when some people make some statements, you realize what they're doing because they're deceptive. When they make the fans go out there and bully people to get what they want, you don't know the true story behind it. You get me? But the true story is not because of what you think the true story is at all times. But I don't want to get into this conversation. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to investigate the Qatar thing. This is what we have to do. Investigate the Qatar thing. Investigate the Boyce Clarke thing. And one more, the Lovelace thing. And we already have information coming on our phone for the Lovelace. All right? Yes. Go ahead, Neil. How are you doing, man?
What on, JD?
I'm here chopping it up, but I know that I would have gotten a backlash. That's why I never wanted to put the Butler thing in this.
Yeah.
I wanted to put it on a different one, but because I knew what the guy would have done, and them disrespect me yesterday, and I'm saying, look at it. Not even 24 hours later, the man do the same thing what I told his fans that he was going to do yesterday. And they can't realize that repetitive actions are natural things from people. And when you know and assess the people right, they're going to do the same thing. And the man come and do the same thing, and then they want to move the goalpost and beat me up. For no reason. All I'm doing is giving them the truth. And then 4 months later or 3 months later, the same thing happened. You understand me?
but JD, when we want, we don't have to wait and that fireside cover up with you, brother. Let me tell you, me oral chase say, Bobby Reid was one of the worst players in the last World Cup. You can single out Bobby Reid,
Yeah.
But nothing but Leigh Bailey. When Leigh Bailey scored, it was to Jamaica. No, after which I thought.
Yes. And Leigh Bailey was not good in the Gold Cup and not good in the World Cup qualifiers either. But so, nobody ain't talking about that, don't.
So he must say Bobby Reid was one of the worst players. Can single out him, see? But he must say whisper them team.
Yes.
See?
That's why I disrespected him on the terms of saying that he's just a propaganda. He brings no facts and he's just a person that regurgitate what he wants to con the Jamaican public. And what Jamaican public should know is they are educated on how you guys receive information. And that is the biggest problem. They know what to give you and know what you will eat up. They don't have to come with facts. I could build videos, Guys, you notice, if you go back to my 10, 15 videos before, they're always substance-based. I know that I could come here, don't talk about nothing, slap a headline, and then we're there for 2 hours and chop up everything. But all of my videos, I don't waste time. I am always coming with information. Just always information. I don't just come and pick up a video and don't talk about nothing. Me not do it. Me not waste time. Me not have no time for that 2 hours out of my life when I could have go a dancing class with my kid or something, and I chose to come here and chop it up. So it have to be something of substance. It not gonna just be nothing at all. You get me? Me not join something there where me come about me a bill of vibes. Me not have time for bill of vibes. You get me? Any vibes me a bill of to get rich.
And JD, what me I say? You watch it. The man say, he man one of the worst player, see? Mm-hmm. But the player where you call the poster boy, I don't say nothing about him because you're not going to know nothing about him. Because when we realize now, everybody about to Clarke. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're about to whisper, you have to about to Leigh Bailey too. So when me I say now, how much do Michail Antonio play for Jamaica?
Not much, a handful, because I have Leigh Bailey stats here, He plays 18 games, 3 goals, 4 assists. So 7 goals contribution in 18 games, and he plays minutes played. He played 140 1,481 minutes he played, scored 3 goals, 4 assists. Alright, yes, we're gonna type in Michail Antonio and put it right there for you. Alright, just to show you the difference in levels. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, damn, man. Let me try and get this one up for you. Sorry about that. It's just the system kind of going off. Massive respect, Kevin, for the super chat. You hear me, for the subscription. Let me try and get the Jamaica one right here for you to make you see what he did for Jamaica. All right, 1 second. Because all the information is there in the guys. So Michail Antonio played 7 games so far, and 3 goals for Jamaica. All right, 7 games, 3 goals for Jamaica. And so let me mark it up. And he played 484 minutes. 484 minutes in total in those 7 games. All right, and he has 3 goals for Jamaica. All right, so that is the stats there. And if we go to Jamal Lowe, which I think I want to go to Jamal Lowe to show you. So Jamal Lowe. So Jamal Lowe, let me put it right here for you to put in the Jamaican part to let you see. All right, and you see the minutes played. All right. So and we are all about stats and delivering now, right? So we can't talk different. All right. Obviously, he played for England, so let me just bring up the Jamaican stats only. All right, he played for England C team, so let me bring up the Jamaican stats only. So Jamal Lowe, let me tell you which game. International friendlies, he played 2 international friendlies, scored 1. He played 2 Nations League game. No, he played 1 Nation A League game, scored 1. And he played 2 World Cup qualifiers game, and he never scored in those games. All right, so he played 5 games for Jamaica, scored 2 goals, and he just played 226 minutes. So he played 226 minutes for it. Yeah. Yeah, and if we go to Andre Gray, you're going to see the same thing. The time that they do play and what they have produced is nothing compared to the local guys them. So clearly, it's a bias from the fans them for the local guys them not delivering, but yet still they get the big hype a deal. When these mans come in and you expect him to do the mountain, and they want to make all excuses to local guys them, but a man a leave from a different country to come here and a different footballing system to come here and still deliver more than our local guys them, and yet still we still blame them for all the problems. So
look, but you remember that goal where Michail Antonio scored against El Salvador?
Yeah, man. I tell people, so I wanted them should have scratch off. Who them say get a Speedy or Cameron Lawrence? Them say, was it Speedy or Cameron Lawrence? Them said gave him the assist. But anyone that gave him the assist, they should criminally charge them because the man get the ball in and own half. Cameron Lawrence, don't.
Yeah, kick out the ball.
Yeah, man. So Cameron Lawrence kick out the ball. So him should be criminally charged for no assist because Michail Antonio did everything himself. All right? Yeah.
All right. You see goal when score against USA too? In the national stadium?
Yes, of course. We don't know the goal him score.
All right. Just imagine here that way. Just imagine that Leigh and Bailey scored them goal.
Yeah, man.
You just imagine. Because me people call Leigh and Bailey poster boy. Me no name a poster boy. They must put him for a picture and I see the man they say my poster boy.
That's how the man Mario say a fight against Butler players, you know. No, I know you're talking the truth, but them a fight, you know? Yeah.
You understand? Because we not drink no bad water. JD, let me tell you, JD, just to listen to him and them talk, Zine. If you listen to oral case them talking, you them talk about Bobby Reid, Jamal Lowe. Like, them that want insinuate so well. Them could have you know make sense about taxi. Because taxi down wing. Taxi the wing on back.
But listen, Andre Gray was I'm trying to show people bias, guys. Andre Gray was not selected for the national team. Hear this. Andre Gray played in 4 competitions this year. SL1 playoff 2022-2023. He scored he played 1 game, just a cameo, 11 minutes. Then he moved over to the Super League 1. He played 25 games, scored 6 goals, 2 assists, minutes per game 60. Starting 11 percentage 62. Let me see, 62, and goal participation 21% of that. In the Europa League, he played 4 games, scored 5 goals, 1 assist. 100% of the start 11, 98%, 98 minutes, 98% of the minutes played, and goal participation 67% of the goal participation. But this man can't be called for Jamaica, and we are rooting for a schoolboy to get called for the Jamaica. And then people say bad mind and bias. And this is what the schoolboy say more achieve in life, for playing in the Champions League or the UEFA Cup or whatever. Because, but yet still, this man never be called because he's too old or whatever. And we're going to show you what he did for Jamaica, and then you're going to realize the lies again. You understand me? Because everywhere this man goes, he score goals or actually do something on the field. Everywhere him go, him score goals or actually do something in the field. This is ridiculous, The man have 5 goals and 1 assist and 6 goals contribution in 4 games. In the Europa League. Europa Conference League, I should say. But him can't get a game. He was left out. You get me? Mm-hmm. He was left out. Nobody will show you these things because they want to sell a narrative. Let me pull it up and show you. Let me minimize it right here and show you. So sometimes we need to know the truth, guys. All right. Let me click it here and show you for Jamaica. All right, and you're gonna see. All right. So this is for Jamaica. Let me maximize it. So for Jamaica, he played 600. He plays 610 minutes for Jamaica. Remember, Leigh Bailey have 1,400 minutes for Jamaica. And have 3 goals and 4 assists, 7 goal contribution. This man plays 610 minutes for Jamaica in 13 games that spread over. So clearly he was not getting so much game time. All right. In that time, he has 3 goals and 2 assists. So 5 goals contribution. So he has 2 goals contribution off Leigh Bailey in almost 800 and odd minutes less. 800 and odd minutes less. But cannot make the national team. And nobody back for this guy. So you see the truth, guys. The truth is the man overperforming over our best players them. But yet still, we don't want to give them their credit. The truth is out there, and the truth remains, these guys are the best players for Jamaica, period. And we don't give them any respect. And if we go to Shamar is one of the best Jamaican performer. Shamar Nicholson has the most goals. You get me? And the people want to take out Shamar Nicholson to put in a next man who never played professional football in their life. Them something that make no sense. It don't make no sense, guys.
What me I tell you, it's just the next one coming up, and people hype them and push them and try to push them over everybody and everybody. Because you see, at the rate where we are right now, at the rate, not we, because we know in a bad water drink it. At the rate where they go, you soon you say, all right, you make whisper, play for Chelsea under 21 team, and score some goal. You better Messi and you better Ronaldo.
All right, look now, and that now before it go anywhere, if Whisper go in the under 21 and score some goals, they are gonna over hype him even for 1 goal him score. Look here, I want to make sure we show you this, We want to make sure you show you this as well. Omari Hutchinson, look at what he's already doing in this team. So you see if him go and score 1 goal in 10 or 5 games, remember that we will tell you this. This is a 1 year. Omari Hutchinson, in 18 games, he has 7 goals, 8 assists. His contribution per game, start in 11, 82%. Minutes per game, 80. Goal participation is 30%. So in 17 games, and he made 2 Chelsea appearance, the big team. All right? Yes, so you see, now you're going to know the bias if a man go and score 1 goal, and you're here to move the metric and say, oh, him left from Jamaica, go to England and do something. Whilst the other Englishman, them come here and come do something and perform better than everybody local. You understand me? Yeah. And then you're going to see the lies and the conniving behavior we're pushing. So this man dominate Premier League 2. Hutchinson dominate Premier League 2. The man have literally 15 goal contributions in 18 games. Watch if Whisper score 1 goal in 10 games. Say the difference. Me I go show you how lie people is. But make sure you click this part of the video now. So when the time comes, you're gonna see the metrics and the lies where them don't give to the other party. They're gonna give to Whisper them. You're gonna see the lies. Just watch.
But JD, look where Omari Hutchinson scored 4 goal.
Alright.
But yet still Whisper play a Malin Cup. But I want to tell you, them same people here. What about football? Then same Jamaican both taking people here. I will tell you, say, Whisper better Omari Hutchinson.
And,
And that
and
them out there, you know.
yes, Mr. Butler, you know what Mr. Butler came on this channel and said is because he was born in England. That's why he get this
Me hear it
opportunity.
too.
So what
I was
happened?
reading it.
So I lie them tell upon the stats then. And if you watch the game, them I lie the game I tell. And when him come at Jamaica, I lie.
Yes, man. You understand?
I lie him come at Jamaica and do on the field, make everybody a cheer for him. Oh wow. You get me? So these are the things that we need to cut out in our culture for Jamaica to go forward. Wizard, it is not nothing to do with whisper. It's about the biasness with Jamaica or Jamaica. So we are
Only
trying
give
to
it
show
people
you,
them.
oh, we're gonna accept and go forward. It's not just the JFF have to do this. The people them as a people have to do this as well and be unbiased because we are all Jamaicans, Wizard.
Yeah.
So if you think there's something me have against whisper, why me I say this? You miss the whole conversation, Wizard. Because this is an educational thing. You realize nobody don't put up no on screen when they talk? You ever realize that? You know why? Alright, you realize why I've always put them on screen? Because I want to have the conversation. You get me? Stop it. Just stop talk. Stop it. Talk football. But come on, guys. We are educating the fans them and people that they don't know because people try to hide them from people. So people don't know the truth. I think this video might be one of the video where everybody get as much information out of. You understand me? So I have to put everything in it and show you because we had brought up the Craig Butler conversation and then we tried to bring every information out there for the people them. So you explain why these guys get picked. You get me? So it validate my point and the coach's point as well. Simple. So we cannot have our argument because the facts is there. All right?
JD, me na, you have time to listen with that. JD, me here last week Saturday, you see after Aston Villa win 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hear me, JD?
Yeah.
Me listen to Aston Villa podcast. People are celebrating, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Aston Villa win and the style of football with Aston Villa.
Yes.
Play.
And I know where you're going to go to now.
You know what me hear? You know what me hear?
Bailey for come out of the team.
When you settle. And then disappointed about
yes, that's even after the win. That's what I told Jamaican people.
You know upper position?
I barely them said Bailey need to come out because because the team look better every time him come out of the team. And that the fans them ask for. So why Jamaican people not go up on the internet and cuss them? Why Jamaican people not go up on the internet and cuss them? These are the truth, you know. Why Jamaican people don't go up on the internet and cuss the people and say why them just bad mind Bailey so? You know why? Because the truth is there.
Make it was you and yet the amount of attack where you that him a commander.
Please go up on the internet and see for yourself. And not even the fans alone are say it. The actual pundits never said pundits never write article because before him get the assist the last game, they never want him to play in the game either. Because they say him not offer nothing to the team.
You understand? After them just don't win a match 3-0. See? So all them company thing to do is just to hype for people and push. Because them things say him more than hype for people here. Yeah, the coach will pick him over everybody else. Because them say which five best player is hero. Really, all me can tell a man say. Me no care if when nobody wants say if me say me bad mind or whatever they want to call me. People must can come out and talk the truth. See? You know, if you kiss up to nobody all the time, and I tell lie to people. Then, if you can go as far, and this, if players them from overseas, and say they're not good, see? Then why
people can't bring out facts and have a conversation? That me I want to know. So anybody come here, I'm gonna ask them. So why Mr. Butler can why let Mr. Butler can diss up anybody and get away with it, but me can't talk about the actual facts. So something on the screen we can have a conversation about and make sense out of it. Why me can't do that? So why me don't have the luxury to do that, but him have the luxury to diss anybody? And only just take it. Because none of never said nothing when him come in and said that, you know. Aside from Neil and the man I chatting and burn him out and I say, brother, where you talk about? Where you talk about the youth do something in the league? Where you talk about your ball them now do nothing? You get me? And my return was I don't think you have a player better than Omari Hutchinson, you know. And that's all of his players them. Maybe I went over the top, but maybe I didn't. You get me? Because maybe that's my belief. You know, because that's what I said to him. Because I think you cannot start if you say you're for Jamaica You know, let me leave that. Let me leave that. Let me just take the calls. I make the call them talk, and then we just shut off
Yeah, JD,
this
man.
one.
Pick up yourself, yeah?
All right, big up Neil. Thanks for calling in.
All right, my brother.
Yeah. Let me just Jermaine. Hold on. Let me call back one caller, and then me call you back, Jermaine. 1 second, yeah. Let me call back one caller. All right, guys, please do get up to 250. And I have a next news coming out later again. We have a next because Jamaica drama will never stop. So we have a next news coming out later again. A next breaking news on the lovely saga. Fun am I not? We are trying to get the information. We just got some information here that they don't have any proof of who declined the call up as yet for the keeper. But we are getting there because we contacted the club as well. What I will do, I would love for you guys to just go on my Twitter and just like the damn tweet. And that's how we can get things done. So follow me on Twitter. And when we go from investigation them, we're going to literally go and support the thing. Because I am not a person who waste my time. You get me? So if I put out something on Twitter, me I try to get an answer. So if we hit the like button and people see that get traction, definitely it's going to be respected. So find it. Let me try to get the link to drop in the chat. I want to just go there and hit the like button upon it, and then we'll have to answer because me contact the club itself. Good afternoon, caller. How are you doing?
Yeah, what going to do?
My day, I know, man. Early morning, me chop up some things, but once me touch certain topics, a World War 50, you know.
Yeah, but JD, when people, when Butler and the people of Jamaica, they understand that the world spin, and just like everybody else, Butler needs to adapt to the world, and the Butler spin and the world needs to adapt to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing to JD, you me not disrespect, and I'm not a politician. Remember the people of Jamaica vote for a man to wear Clarke, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in the last election, you know. So that you see, through the fact that whisper. Popular down there, but popularity and football are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Most of the game them whisper play at schoolboy level. Them play some ball down the wing and they run on them and them using speed and run left the youth them. You know, see whisper control the ball in their chest with them back to goal and them something there and make pass and then go back round and pick it up. So it is obvious, brother, that whisper not ready for that level here yet. And in my mind, in no doubt, in 2-3 years, he might be one of the best, probably one of the best striker in the Concacaf region.
All right, and that is fair to say. That you see, you can give him positive at the same time by not overhyping him at the same time. You see, so that is good, a good summary, you know.
Right, but at the same time, brother, this thing like whisper the second coming off the message, I need to be stop here, and people for really Jamaica people for really wake up. I am not thinking this is a football problem, brother. I think this is something more like the people them lack of knowledge, brother.
1 second, call up. Guys, I've just dropped the link for the Twitter. Please just click it and just put a like on it. That's all you need to do. Just click it over Twitter and just put a like on it and come back. If 20-30 people put a like on it, definitely people will get the answer if we don't require the answer. We don't have to do phone job as well. So follow me on Instagram and like the damn tweet. All right, yes. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, because that's something where Craig Butler do. Because Craig Butler have a style where we say in training player them to play a hard position. Right?
Yes.
Hard positioning. But one of them different of them go try out for the U17 at right back.
And him complain.
And him complain. Another thing him say again, all line player them can cook and them a good chef and this and that. And me see whisper out and yard for Instagram with the saying can't even fry chicken. So you say if a man really, really listen to Craig Butler good, you're not gonna realize how inconsistent him is and how much how fraud and be a fraud in talk, my brother. So I could just hope say whisper go Chelsea, do good and come back in the national team in the future and do the best to Jamaica, you know. And if I was him, I would start listening to somebody else and not Craig Butler.
All right. Well said, caller. Big up. All right?
Yeah, man. Respect.
Right. Yeah, man. All right. So, yeah, but we drop the link so people can just jump on it and come back. Me, I'm going to take a next call as well because everybody out in the morning. So, let me try get the calls them. Yeah? Data Boss, big up yourself, you know. I see say a pre me from the other day in the Data Boss. Massive respect, Jeremy. How you doing, man? I don't want Data Boss me a cuss out.
I'm good, man.
yes. And we are trying to get all of the answers
this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to everything, and you know, I know most of the stuff that was going on, but I didn't know. Before you came on,
Mm-hmm.
I saw this guy, and I'm gonna call him a fool. I mean, no, I'm not trying to cause something in your channel, but I call this guy a fool, Maverick. And every time he put out something, it's propaganda. And I did respond to him even before you said something. I did said some nasty stuff. A comment that aimed at him. How much he's getting paid, and what
Mm-hmm.
he's doing is foolishness. It's disruptive to Jamaican football. It makes no sense, right? These people is what's fueling the madness. Okay,
Yeah.
and no, you said something about Bobby Reid, right? I personally don't think that he was good in the qualifier. That's my personal
Yes,
opinion.
yes,
He's
true.
a good player for Fulham. Right? But when he plays for the national team, I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's the coaching or what. But he could say the same thing for Leigh Bailey, which he did not
Thank
mention
you.
Leigh Bailey.
Thank you. The
He's
excuse.
terrible when he played for Jamaica. He's
Yes.
terrible.
Uh,
He's miserable, irritable. Right? I was watching. Me personally, I watch every channel.
mm-hmm,
Right? I
mm-hmm,
just don't
mm-hmm.
watch you. I watch everything and I live for myself.
And
Right?
you
There's a lot of
should because you're trying to get your seek of the truth. So you have to watch every channel and everything, not just
yes.
every YouTube channel, but every channel in total for Jamaica. Yeah.
There's some bootlickers out there who's licking Craig's, blah 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 blah. Okay. And my point is this, though, right? When you're going to talk about certain players, right? Oh, Bailey is this and Bailey is that. Talk when he played for the national team. Talk what he does. He doesn't, right? He doesn't. So I'm not saying he's not good. No one is saying he's not good. There's something off when these guys play for the national team. Let's get together and fix it. But if we're going to judge them, let's judge them all fairly and balanced,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not just come with your biasness and your nonsense, your crap, your foolishness, right? It's time to get to a point now where I think the coach, he's just gonna get up one day and gone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, there's so much going on. Look, I remember one time, right? I had a big thing on your show with
Mm-hmm.
this guy named Roy Simpson,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody was telling me, "Oh no, Roy Simpson's this and he's not, he's that." I remember. I called in and I was going with a whole but everybody on your show. All the players them love him. I said, look, he's a part of the blame too. Oh no, XYZ 456. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Now look now.
We say everybody I beat him now.
I'm just saying that, listen, man, right? This is what they do, right? They try to see who is more favorable and try to steer them there, right? And try
Mm-hmm.
to, put this person up front, as the face, right? And
Yeah.
so anytime that they get caught, they shift the goalpost, they shift it to somewhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
With this nonsense, with what you call it, Mr. Butler, him and his selfishness, all about him, right?
Yeah.
People need to know how this game works. People need to know how they get paid. People need to know how contract work. Everybody in the chat who is listening, go educate yourself. Learn about these things. Learn how the agents get paid. Learn how this get paid. Learn how that happened. Everything is connected. And what Craig is doing for Craig himself. He's not doing it for Jamaica football, right? What these people out there doing, the what you call it, the Magee fans, right? And the Whisper fans. If anyone who care about real football in Jamaica, right? My asking right now, take a step back. Go educate yourself. Go read up. Go look on stuff. Take back 3-4 years ago and look, right? And see what's going on. I hear one guy was so honest to say, boy, he was born 1988. So it's a lot that he doesn't know. So he's gonna go back and look on stuff, right? What you're doing, my brother, is you're bringing a light to all the nonsense that's going on, right? You're bringing an awareness, even though sometimes, me and you bump head, right?
No, I just
But
you
that
love
is it.
word
I'm
me.
not a
You
yes
love word
man.
me. I just you love word me.
I'm
Cause
not a
sometimes
yes man.
90% time me a war, I for something what me not say. You You just get
Sometimes
WhatsApp
I
me and
come
get
on the
upset.
show and I hear
Yeah, you just
something and
WhatsApp me
I
and
didn't get the
somebody say
right
something
thing.
else and you just want to ward me. But you know, that's okay.
But you know what though? I'm not a yes man, right?
No man, no, we
And
don't want you to be
right
yes man
is
and nobody
right.
on the channel as well. We don't want them to be yes man. People this you see, data boss have bun me out. From see my style from the other day, you know. See you data boss. How you deal with brother?
What time is the next show later, boss? Because I'm off today.
I think we're gonna do like 10 o'clock tonight because we are trying to wait for some answers for Lovelace and the goalkeeper because yes the coach this man came out again and said that he turned down the contract. I got to two persons in England separate from the actual club. So
Who
we're
turned
just
on what contract?
they're
Who
saying
turned on what contract?
the goalkeeper turned down the call up to not come to play for Jamaica. And what people don't understand, the reason why we're digging deep on these things is just to make sure the overseas players them don't get a bad rap because we keep doing that over and over. At the start of this video, I've talked about 5 players that they said never wanted to come to Jamaica, and all 5 of those players they have to come out and tell the public sorry. So they don't have a good track record
Okay.
of telling the truth and players not wanting to come here. It's always them trying to cover up their incompetence, of doing some false things and not getting the players them here and then want to still keep that same hype level with themselves like they're doing anything. You know? Yes. So that's why we started the video like that.
Here's my question to you now, and it's my final piece. So I know the coach, right? The coach have a role, the JFF has their role, right? Everybody has a role, right? Mr. Ricketts, he's the boss, he's the head, right? I know the coach he controls certain functions. Okay? So as far as, players getting the passport, so forth, that's JFF, right? And you have the management and you have the this, you have that. Now, it's me as a coach now, right? Know of these things in the past, right? What do you call it? Bad travel arrangements, getting the passports, what do you call it? Miscommunication, and on and on and on and on and on. It's gonna affect your job as a coach. It's gonna make you look bad, right? It's gonna make you look bad, right? So if they are lying about, calling up these players and they don't show up XYZ, right? And they keep on doing these stuff, right? Another thing I saw this morning is with the ladies team, right? I don't know if you saw the article. It came out.
No, I don't see that. Because I was so
Donaldson is up in here.
Fixated on getting all of these information, to bring to the public.
It's 13 days to an international date, and they still have not got a game down, right? And they keep on doing this. They keep on doing this over and over. They're failing on the men and the female part, right? It's a FIFA window. It's a 2-game series, and they're trying to nail it down. 13 days before the game, and it's still not done, right? So is the nonsense still going on in there? I thought they were changing a new leaf. What?
Yeah, I understand. I understand, but that's why we have
I thought they were changing, but it's the same crap,
But
anyway,
Mila, before you go, the reason why we're doing it so because I don't want to jump out and tell people things that I don't know because we don't want to tell a lie on the JFF. So everything that we bring out at each time, we have all of the proof.
Yes.
So that's why I did it that way. So later I'm still working on the proof because as you know me, I am working on the proof and come with it because we have a credibility on the line and we don't want to destroy something that's not doing something wrong. When they are doing something wrong, we blame them on every single point. But the next 2 cases, I have not gotten the full facts. I have some messages in my phone that I want to come off and start to assess for the next one. So believe me, next show it's going to be good as well.
Okay, and here's my final thing now. With that letter that with that letter that Mr. Butler wrote, right? And I remember last week one of the things that I actually wrote in and I was upset about was that there was someone on your show saying that he was coaching Whisper at the Jamaica game in Montego Bay.
That was true as well.
If that is true,
yeah, no,
it was not.
If it's true, it is true. All right, so
Jesus
that's what I want,
Christ,
and he did
man.
it
This
again.
need to
He did it
stop.
again. He did it again at the National Stadium. So I have the two
They
proof
need to
them.
throw him out the
Yes,
stadium.
yes. So
Throw him
it
out the
is true.
stadium. This
It
is
is true.
disrespectful. It has gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, it
It's
is
gone
true.
from bad to worse.
Yeah, it is
Yes,
true,
it's gone
man.
from bad to worse. It is Jesus, man. Look, man, I got to go.
Yeah, man. No pressure yourself. No
I
pressure
got to go
yourself. All
calm
right.
myself down.
All right.
All
Respect,
right, man.
respect.
Cool,
Yeah, man.
brother.
All
All
right.
right, man. Later.
Yeah. So that was German, guys. That was German. So thanks yet again, guys, for another beautiful stream. We're gonna do 7 more minutes. Let me call out the comments and let me just read out the comments then before we move. Let me hit the like, see how the likes look, because 250 should be the target, All right, 250. All right, we're at 211. So take your time, guys. Smash the like button, because the one thing we're gonna have a hard conversation, things that people don't want to do. And if you don't want the next half an hour, because I have time, could have given you the next half an hour, Get the likes to 250, and then we can talk about that. All right. Yes. I never had any. Chris Smith. I was just lucky enough the calling in, my brother. So what say you, Chris Smith? How you doing?
Yeah, blessings, my brother JD. Blessings
Well,
to the
go on.
whole Imaxit family. Base documentary, Tennessee with my dear brother Island Cart and all of the Imaxit massive. Um, it's a reflection of the Jamaican society, JD. What is going on? It's a deep-rooted, systematic xenophobia that has been going on for years. So the people of the diaspora kids. We're looking at players like Darren Moore. He was called 2000 and to the team, and he got only 2 cap. A player like a Darren Moore, While
Mm-hmm.
during that time, this man qualified after he got cap for Jamaica. He qualified 5 times to the EPL. In 2006 to 2007 season of the championship, he was named in the player in the team of the season and qualified Derby to the Premier League and played in the Premier League in the 2007 2008 season. And this man, JD, was called 99 to 2000 and got 2 cap for the Reggae Boyz. So what from 2000 to 2008, where I was never been called, playing in the championship and playing the EPL with West Bromwich Albion and with Derby County. And we saw the same thing that with the great Joby McAnuff. He was called in 2012, was never called back until 2013, over 10 years later, while playing top level football, while we keep calling inferior
Yeah,
local players just to sell them.
But that was already unearthed, because I thought that the guy Simmons, when he talked, I love the fact that he talked. You know why? Because he was a local born player, right? But he left to overseas, and when he said he was performing better than people that's in the team, and because he had relocated back into the States, people literally said to him, what you want play for Jamaica for? You know, already have money already. If that is the statement they're gonna say to a man that was born in Jamaica, and that was a long time, that was like 1996. So people should know how long. And remember, JFF can't find me for these statements. These are statements that was made by players that play for Jamaica on interview on YouTube, and we capture everything when people speak it, because that's what we want. So you can check to see how long. He said it took a outside coach to give him an opportunity, which was Rene Simons as well. And once he left, he never got any other opportunity, guys. So this has been for so long. It's a thing for a long time. So Mackinoff and those guys, they just fell through the same train. Chris Smith, it's just the same
And
train.
those are just 2 examples. Look at what they did to Dan Burton, a man that qualified us for the World Cup.
The only player to ever make the All-11, and he made it from Jamaica.
The World 11.
With Zidane, Ronaldo, everybody. He was the only player ever for
Only
Jamaica,
player.
ever.
And we talk about Walter Boy, Theodore Whitmore. We don't talk about Dan
Yes,
Burton, the
the
guy that
man that got
qualified
us to
for
the
the
World
World Cup.
Cup, he was the only
And
player.
look at Dan Burton pattern that they called him. Remember, they didn't call Dan Burton for years while we were still calling them other players, and we wasn't calling Dan Burton. You get me?
Yes, that is true. That is true.
And this behavior is a reflection of the society, JD. Look how the police behave in Jamaica. Look how the hospitals, when you go to the hospitals in Jamaica, look how the doctor deal with Jamaican people. So
Yeah.
it is just a breakdown of our society and this thing where people want to hustle. Because what the JFF is doing, is hustling the nation's football just to sell players. There's sacrifice the benefit
And
of what football
you
can
just
bring
said
by qualifying and using the money to
all right. Look, no, that was from before,
develop
right? That was,
grassroots
but
football.
that was from before. But look at what you just said. You're sacrificing success for selling players. Yeah, I was listening to Ryan's program the other day, and I like to watch the chat while the person's speaking because I want to see the thought process of people. You know, so that's why I always watch a shot when the guy is speaking. And the guy talked about Whisper and the contract and everything because the problem that Mr. Butler might have with the English FA. And he said, oh, yeah, man, look, that's nice and rare. And then he starts to refer to say that, yes, that's why we want some players in the team so we can produce because we have a lot more talent like that to produce. And me no never slip it about having mouth, but nobody not hear. Nobody not hear when him say it.
I
And
listened
me
to
say,
these guys.
me say, my goodness.
About a year ago.
Hold on, Chris. But I'm saying nobody not hear it when him say it. Not even Ryan no look like him hear it either. Because that is a complete that is like the opposite of what the coach trying to do now. So true Whisper gets sold. All of a sudden you tell me about all of the money are good. But good in relation to get a contract. I mean I said, Jesus God, look how the man embarrass himself. Some of the time these men should not do these interviews, because the man just say a bag of thing and people not hear what him say. The man literally tell you what you agree to know. So it looks like that is what their aim is now after Whisper's contract because that proved that talent is in Jamaica and maybe they are doing bad of the talent, which is not true, because Whisper never played for the national team to get his contract. You understand me? So they need to do outside things to get that done. But they don't want to do it over the years, so they just make the easier option. Okay, the national team go into these competitions, so put the guys in the competition and they will be seen that way. So we don't have to do the no scouting report or wait 10 million years and do good in our actual inland football for people to want to come here. We have to go and force the people to go there and be seen. Yes. So it's weird, man. But it's tough, man. It's tough. When I heard it, I'm saying, damn. And I heard nobody in the chat said anything about it. So I'm saying, damn, you don't realize the man I'm telling you the truth right in front of the face and not seeing it. Wow, it's tough, man. Yeah, but finish up about Big Boss.
The football has become a hustle ever since 1998 when Harborview sold Bibi Gardner for £1 million. Everybody said, wow, we can sell a player for that much money. So everything's changed in the football from that time till now. It's been a hustle. And people are not listening to when these guys talk, Mr. Speed came on a program and he said it is better to even send one player overseas than qualify for a World Cup.
And how that makes sense. And how that makes sense now. Like how that conversation made sense. Like
the former Gensek was on a program. The former Gensek was on a program. And people was asking him about getting the overseas.
No, but you can't just say something. Chris,
if we get all
Chris,
players,
you can't.
What are we going to do
my brother, you can't just say something and move on from it. You say Mr. Speed said, it's better to sell one player than qualifying for a World Cup. All right, so let me go back to the players that's been sold from Jamaica. Bibi Gardner, 1 million, 20 odd years ago, right? 20 odd years ago. Whisper, of 20 odd years later, 900,000. So that is even less than before. Right, 900,000. So listen to this now. Whisper being sold, how much interest it grew in Jamaica. We're going to see if the story makes sense. Whisper being sold, I don't think it brings much scouts here because I've been checking it. It does not bring much scouts here. Making the World Cup now, guys. It's 12 million. No, 9 point odd million, but it's going to bump up 15%. So 12 point odd million, it's going to be 12 point odd million US dollars. So that is 10 times more than what Whisper was sold for. Just on, you will get $5 million and then you will get sponsors that come on board, and then obviously scouts is one of the biggest thing investigated in World Cups. Because when Jamaica made the last World Cup, the investigations of scouts connected to Jamaica was bigger than now in 1998. So I think that statement was just a naive statement coming from Mr. Speed at that time. We can clearly say that because that makes no sense. In terms of what you get, because everything that one transfer can give you, a World Cup give you 15 to 25 million times that. So it makes no logical sense. Yes, so that is a very bad statement. Yes, so 900,000 and 1 million a part of 22 years. And
The footballers just become
it makes no
hustling, my
logical
brother.
sense,
That's
people.
just
So it does not add up when it comes down to the scale of reality. Selling one player cannot come on the same level. Because remember, in order to qualify in Big Bass, you have to win those games, So you're getting bonuses for winning those games and those competitions as well, You get me? And you're getting notoriety from and detailed analysis by playing these games. So people watching these games see how your players are. So you don't even have to make the World Cup for people buy your players them. You're already on display on the world scale. All right, look at this now. We'll talk about football now. For Canada's team. Let me flip over back to the screen because it's good when we talk, so we can talk football. So Canada's team. Look at this now. Canada's team. Canada team. We're going to put Canada team there for you and show you. Canada team at this point, let me show you. Rank, this is what they did selected. Maybe players are injured. 179 million. I'm going to show you, because I made a big claim that a player will surpass Liam Bailey market value. Liam Bailey market value dropped at the time, but it was at 30 million at the time. So 24 players, 179 million. Look at this now. Look who got up there from literally $0. From $0, let me minimize it to give you their names. You have this player, Kamal Miller. He left from 300,000 to 4 million. Kamal Miller, 4 million he's at now. 4 million, all right? That's one player that rose top shelf. Alphonso Davies, you can say, all right, the Canada team did well for him, but no, we can't blame the Canada team because he was at Munich, and Munich really propelled him. So let me take out Alphonso Davies out of it. Ogbo gone up to 2.25 million because of the Canada team. Alex Steer Johnson from 50,000 US dollars. 50,000 US dollars to 6 million. Alistair Johnson up now from 50,000 to 6 million. I'm showing you what they do, Richard Laurier stayed at 2.5 million. He was always rated. Ustakio from 400,000 to 10 million. I'm showing you all these statements is an absolute dog crap statement, from 400,000 to 10 million. One of the highest rated midfielders. No. You guys, listen, 10 million from 400,000. All right, and you can see the plus arrow here. Yes, Akoni, 6 million. And he's also a central midfielder now. But Kone started in the MLS. So he's a big jump as well. I think his jump is from around 1 million because he was a highly rated prospect. So 1 million to 6 million. 5 million added to his CV right there. All right. And you see 21-year-old coming in the team, 300,000. Tajan Buchanan was the player. Tajan Buchanan was at 1 million when Liam Bailey at 30 million. And I said on my stream that he's going to surpass Liam Bailey's figure. All right. Yes. Kone, 200k for Kone. So Kone jumped from 200k to 6 million. Tajan Buchanan jumped from 1 million at the time when I made the speech to 12 million, and Liam Bailey is down to 20 million. And I can promise you, by next year, he will pass Liam Bailey. So Jonathan David made a big jump from 12 million to 80 million to now 45 million. All right. And that's pretty much it when in terms of the players them value. So man of values skyrocketed because of the World Cup and also based off their performances. And when they go to the clubs, they put in additional performances on top of it. So I don't think selling one player do enough for Jamaica. It has to be a reality check. Making the World Cup, guys, transcends nations in football. And that's just a fact. All right? It's not a conversation for even questions. All right? It's just a facts. You get me? Yes, so it makes no sense. Continue, Big Boss. Just trying to back up the conversation. Yeah, it makes no logical sense.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense, JD. If they were about developing the coaches and developing the players in Jamaica, they'd be looking at it to qualify to get that money to deliver grassroots football and to develop the coaches. Or because they're about the hustling, they're not gonna think like how you're thinking. I think like how I am thinking. What the fans need to do is to listen to these people carefully, man, and understand that only the fans really care about the football. These people don't really care about the football. These people care about their pockets. But give thanks, my brother, JD.
All right, respect, yeah.
I just want to share my piece. Blessings, African.
All right, that was Chris Smith. So people, anytime, as one man said, please just check the facts, guys, because the facts is there, but you guys just don't want to. Actually acknowledge it, but the facts is there. All right, yes, and we made sure we brought it out for today's video. All right, yeah, man. So let me see what people saying here. We have African said JPL sold 2 players to South Asia. Where is Bygrave on the squad? He's not on the squad and he's back in Jamaica. Yes, at this point. Fanamina said World Cup always improve PA. Yeah, we know that Fanamina, but you have people inside the JFF saying things like this and people always jump to it. Yeah, the show have to come to an end, guys, because remember we said we only have you heard the song? No, man, it was not the ending as yet. I've clicked the wrong setup. All right, yes, so sorry about that. So let me see how the people do it, because I think if we don't see the appreciation on this video, so if we don't see 250, we can't start the next stream, guys. All right, because a quality we are dealing with, you know, I never had 50 people here, you know. I was talking by myself with just the facts, you know. You understand me? Yes, so I want to see the respect and the like button. We have 25 more to go, guys. So 25 more likes to go to show we that you like what we do today. All right. Speed was speaking on the interest of his club, not the interest of the country. But Terence Campbell, we cannot always have people speaking on the interest of their own business when they're in other positions. So that's called conflict of interest. Terence, by your own statement right there. Roland Malcolm says, I saw it go, JD. Yeah, man. You know, we only can produce what you guys gave to us, but we have some more story later. And you know, we are the break off news, to be honest. We don't want to be, you know, but you guys send us on the investigation train. You get me? Yes. And it only proved to Humble One. You remember Humble One? I said that I don't want anybody on my channel to let you see how talented me is. So Humble One, you need to come back, and Ari Vibes need to come back and tell me sorry. Humble One, Ari Vibes, you see true talent when I get to do my thing by myself. You have man who come on my channel for stop my growth of my channel because I was growing back too fast. I told you. So sometimes the truth is out there, but you just don't see it. All right. So thanks yet again from the people. And big up, big up, big up. So the people want me to get in the next 19 minutes are really tired for see my face. So if we do well, it increases the value of our players collectively. Yes. And also the part that does not show is the amount of people that will come in a country and start scouting. All right. Yes. And start scouting. That's what people not telling you as well. So even though we look at the persons inside the actual team, the market value risen to a top level. No audio. Oh, you mean no audio? Let me see if nobody not hearing me. Oh, you mean no audio? No, man. Hush Puppy, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. The audio was there. Hush Puppy is your phone gone bad, you know? Yes. Oh, you said give it. Yeah, man, it's loud. Yeah, big up yourself, Akin Gale. Thanks for being here. I'm just saying, that he is selfish, but a lot of them are selfish, and that's the common thing that's damaging Jamaica's football. So you answer yourself. That is the common thing. Mr. Butler is selfish. Mr. Speed is selfish. The JFF is selfish, and the coaches are on their own. That's what you're hearing, always. You get me? And that's why we have to change those things. And those things, how we can change them is by educating the masses to go and get the things. Yeah, because if the players, if the people are educated, the persons that are in charge cannot take you for fool. All right. So educating the masses is always the most important thing. All right, Eric Sewell, big up yourself, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hush puppy. Hush puppy. Are your phone on the problem? My phone, my systems, them are fire. All right. No, not no wrong. Cause a new computer, a brand new computer, this 1.5 month. The systems, cameras, sound system, everything is pretty much 2 months old. So we system a fire and we internet, when you cannot diss me with my outside internet. It's the quality of the internet, all right? So someone need to pay me. You know what? We need 5 super chat in the next 15 minutes. So 5 super chat. Five super chat. We need for the next 15 minutes. So we don't care how much, if I have $1, we don't pay it. We don't have to pay not light bill, but we internet bill. Because we disrespect my big bad internet yesterday. So 5 super chat at the end of the stream. Show the appreciation of the quality. And make sure at the same time we go on Instagram and Twitter and like the damn clip. Like the damn clip. Like the damn clip. The post that I posted on Instagram, on Twitter, because I want the answer from the persons them. So we're doing the next 15 minutes, and we need 5 super chat. Even if $1, we need it. Because I want to style my internet yesterday. So I'm gonna pay my internet bill. Alright, this guy needs to stop it, man. He needs to stop it, Every time I share my videos, I am seeing this. Yo, I'm getting. All right, you know what? Let me remove this again. All right. Yeah, man. 1 second, guys. I'm just sorting out something here. My brother, you don't have to tag me in everything. Curacao football news. You don't have to tag me in everything because I have my own things that I want to be seen as well. All right? Yes. So you don't have to tag me in everything. All right? Because it's kind of blocking what I'm trying to do, and I have my job to do on my Twitter. So you cannot always tag me in everything. I will see it and I try to promote. I try to promote your Twitter, bro, but you can't just always block out my things on my own Twitter, which I don't see that respectful because I do my thing. Can't find a post on Twitter, JD. All right, let me post it a few more times so you could see it. All right. Eric Sewell. I don't know about any other person, but I know about myself. I have enough. And it's not laptop. I had used this one. It's a new computer, fully computer. I don't have the link here. Somebody have to change the link. All right. Yes, JD. People will invest in even more football academies by JPL teams with better facilities, etc. The things can get big. Yep. True. No, man, no. Island card, we will do it at the next stream, man. Man, just I try tell them, say, if them keep on. No, I don't find it. So I have to go on this Twitter as well. So I might have to chop off the stream a little bit early because this person always assure is tag me in his things, which it's always blocking out my actual work when I do on the Twitter. And I can't have that because my other Twitter for a reason. Yes. So guys, I can't wait on the super chats them. So take care of yourself. I will join you later as well. I need to fix some things as well. So massive respect. Take care and take your time and walk safe. Yeah.